Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, Arsenal beat Everton 5-1 on the final match day of the season. Pressure's off. We end up performing. Not a coincidence. But do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get through this video. I'll leave timestamps in the bottom later on and answer today's question. Has this season been a disappointment, or has there been progress? Or could it be a little bit of both? And also, has there been adequate improvements in this team? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you're watching on the playback or you're watching live, hit that like button right now, hit that subscribe button, and let's get the show started. Yo, what's going on, people? It's the KDG on EGTV, and I'm back again with another video. I'm just going to give you guys my quick thoughts on the game before we get into the whole season and I bring everyone through, because everyone who's going to want to come on is going to probably want to speak about the season and not just today's game. Today's game was a routine win. There was nothing really to worry about. Martinelli scored the goal. Martinelli got an assist to Eddie Nketiah's goal from the set piece. You got Cedric got a goal from a set piece, basically also. Saka's assist. Cedric also got an assist for Gabriel's goal, crossing it. It wasn't even a cross. It was like a little pass, and then Gabriel took it into stride, was one-on-one against the keeper, caught him off guard, scored, and the keeper kind of messed up with it. And then finally, Nicolas Pepe got on the sheet, got an assist for Ødegaard's goal. What a goal by Ødegaard, by the way. But you know what? And we conceded a goal, sloppy goal to concede, similar to what we've been doing all season. But it just goes to show you, the pressure's off, we win. The pressure was on. We lost to Tottenham and we lost to Newcastle, and we kept dropping points. Business end of the season. We couldn't keep it together. And you know what? Right now, we have made a season that could have been a good ending to the season, a disappointment in my opinion, but I still feel like there's been progress. But some people are completely saying there has been no progress. In a season where we started off the season losing our first 3 games, have come back, gotten ourselves in a strong position for top 4. We didn't strengthen in January. We see numerous injuries to our first team players, and then we ended up dropping off in the tail end of the season. But in my opinion, in the grand scheme of things, there was progress. There's definitely progress in the way that we play, the style that we play, improvements in certain youngsters, improving throughout the squad. Mikel Arteta himself, he has cost us some points, but he's also improved in his management slightly. And overall, I just feel like the season, in my opinion, is a disappointment. It's a disappointment, and I feel like it's a disappointment because we didn't reach our end goal of getting back into the Champions League at the end. Although we reached our first goals, which was getting back into Europe. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But that's my take on it. Let me bring in Tommy and Raz, and I'll be bringing through people throughout the video. Anyone who wants to come on, the link is in the chat. You can jump in. Let me know what you guys are saying. You know what? Some people say we deserve Champions League. Some people are saying we obviously we don't want gifts. We don't want gifts from like other teams, but we definitely would take it. We would take gifts from other teams if they were willing to give it to us. But Norwich couldn't help us out. Burnley couldn't help us out. We had to do it ourselves, and we couldn't do it. Tottenham deserved top 4, and we don't, because we simply couldn't just get over the line. But Tommy, what are you saying, man? What do you think about the game today? What do you think about the season in general?
The game means nothing to me. It means fuck all, and I'm pissed off. And the season's been okay, I guess, but it hasn't been good enough. It hasn't been good enough because we've got an arrogant novice manager that loans out the players we need. This is on him. This is on him. This guy spent 250 mil and we got 5th. Frank Lampard, who's a dead manager, got 4th with Chelsea without a transfer ban, and they lost Hazard that season. Ole Gunnar freestyle got Man United 2nd and 3rd, and he's a dead manager. But this manager can't get us over the line because he's not good enough. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. Finishing 5th is not progress. It's not progress. And you know what? October time, he'll be gone in October, because I don't see him staying on to October, November, because I think we'll probably have a bad season. And you know what? these people have hounded me when I said to you we should have got Conte when he was available. We should have got Conte when he was available, and we weren't ruthless enough. We should have got probably Luis Enrique or anyone, but no, it's been a poor season. I'm not happy, but congrats to Tottenham. They deserved it because they got a top class manager who can get them over the line. But we've got someone that used to put out quotes for Pep that can't get over the line here, and winning 5-1. I'm not happy. I'm not even happy we won the home game because I actually don't really care, bruv. It's been a poor season. Being an Everton team who are safe, it means nothing. 5-1 means nothing. But yeah, he's got to go for me. He's got to go.
Let me just say something to you quickly, bro. Somebody just messaged me saying progress isn't always defining by league position. The youngsters have flourished. We've gotten rid of the dead wood, and we have pushed on as a club. So do you disagree with that?
I disagree. I disagree. We know Aubameyang had to
in the summer. We'll push on in the summer. We
know Abba had to go. Abba's, look at Abba. As much as I love him and he had to go, he's laughing at us because he's in the Champions League with Barcelona. He's laughing. You look at him. I'm happy for him. He deserves Champions League. Guendouzi shouldn't have been loaned out. Guendouzi, Balogun shouldn't have been loaned out. Trusty, Mavropanos, Maitland-Niles, Torreira shouldn't have been loaned out. But this manager decides to thin the squad because he's an arrogant rookie manager. I want him out of my club. If he doesn't go, then the board are stupid because we should be getting a Luis Enrique. Next season is going to be tough because Leicester are going to improve. West Ham, I'm not done, bro.
I get you're not done, but I just want to point out Luis Enrique is still in. He's still in a job until at least after the World Cup.
I get that, but we need him, Mancini, Simeone, Marco Rose. Borussia Dortmund just sacked him. Marco Rose is available. I told these Arteta sexuals he's not taking us to promised land. Everyone has hounded me. He's an arrogant rookie manager.
Reactionary.
Out with players.
Let him finish, guys. Let him finish. A lot of people do agree with him and his opinion on this, and I completely respect your opinion, Tommy. That's why I have you on the channel. But when it comes to Arteta, you've been giving him smoke all season, and the fact that he
fair enough.
The fact that even when we're in a position to get top 4, you said we weren't going to get it. So flowers to you, bro. You were right. But the thing is, unfortunately, the team let us down, bro. It's not only the manager. A lot of factors.
I'm blaming the team as well. I'm blaming the players though, like because I'm blaming the players. Like Saka's been awful. I said to you, this manager overplays him too much. I said to you, you're gonna burn the guy out. Smith Rowe hasn't been performing. He hasn't in a few games. He's been poor. Odegaard's been a bit poor. Ramsdale needs to stop playing. Needs to stop making mistakes. And
I would agree. He got too arrogant.
Making teams punish us. He needs to stop doing that.
Tommy, can I ask you?
I'm gonna go
let Tommy say because he's been consistent.
And then I'm gonna go to you, Raz. You're gonna get your own take on it.
Ask me.
I was gonna ask you what.
Just because I want to get Raz's take on the situation before
ask me. Yeah, it's fine.
No, I just want to ask you what. No, Tommy, I just want to ask one question where you said about Saka and about him being played too much. But if Saka is our best player, and which you can arguably say he's been our best player, top 2, top 3 at least. Well, I would say he is. But what do you want him to do? Drop him when he's been our best player just because he's been played too much?
It's not about that.
Has he not played himself into the first team?
He's played well, but you can't. He's tired. You can't overplay him every time. The guy's gonna burn out. He's 20, man.
Yeah, but I think
if we had an elite manager who will rotate, but we've got a novice that's out of his depth. When people
to refute that, we didn't have European football, so there was no need for him to rotate. We didn't have that that large amount of games. So
there's no excuses. We played one game a week, and he's failed to rotate, and he's failed to get our signings. That's on him because he's an arrogant novice manager. I don't like him. I'm never gonna back him because he's completely out of his depth anyway.
Can I just say something? I think one of the problems with our fan base is we get too emotionally attached and we don't use our emotional intelligence to remove the feeling towards the manager. That
Thank you.
My stance has always been, so this is the analogy I'm going to use, for me, the way our fans turned on Wenger, that meant for me, I will never have a loyalty towards another manager. But that's not me saying I won't back the manager. I think ultimately, one thing that we all have in common is we want the best for Arsenal. That's the core fundamental, yeah. Now, for me, I've never been Arteta in. I'm not Arteta out. Like I said, I'll go back to that point and reiterate. I want what's best for Arsenal. What he's done, he has, whether we'd like to admit it or not, in the 6 months when we first got him, he bought himself time. And I know everyone downplays the FA Cup, but Liverpool and Chelsea saw how hard it is to win that trophy, to win that competition. We didn't get taken to penalties by Chelsea. And on the way there, we had to beat a good Man City side who were scoring in every game. So we beat them 2-0, yeah, and we put on an absolute masterclass of a performance. He's also, if you look at our defense, yeah, there was times where, honestly, towards the end of Wenger's reign, we were getting slapped up like 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. It was dumb. It was getting stupid. But we've kind of tightened that shit. But at the same time, I hear what sorry, brother, I'm gonna pronounce the name wrong.
Tommy.
Is it Tom?
Tommy, just call him Tommy.
Tommy, yeah. Tom, I think, I agree to certain aspects because I think it was kind of massively naive to come out the January window with the paper-thin squad that we've got and say, actually, we're not going to bring anyone in. I know why they did that. They did that because they thought, right, we're going to balance the books. We're going to retain as much as we can and then spend all that money in summer. But what's the point of spending the money in the summer if you haven't, set yourself up for Champions League next season? So for me, I think you got to look at a few things. Liverpool, who do they have? They've got Klopp. Yeah, probably, arguably, if not the best manager in the league. It's between him and Pep,
him and
Pep.
Guardiola.
Then you've got Pep, who, again, another experienced, probably the greatest manager, in the world, And not only do they have Pep, they've got Pep and they've got resources. So we can't compete with that. Then you look at Chelsea. Again, Chelsea has resources. Who do they have? They have Tuchel as well, Then you look at Spurs. Now, Spurs are crap, but again, who do they have?
Conte.
They have Conte. And the fact this is Arteta's first job, he's finished above Ragnick. And again, I don't care what people say. If you watch Ragnick from before, he's one of the, if you will, pioneers of Gegenpress, He created that press that a lot of people have adopted. He's finished above Ragnick. He's finished above a lot of experienced managers.
Yeah,
with the young
Bruno Lage.
Yeah.
But they all put Moyes and Bruno.
Let's have someone else have to say.
I don't really want to have this whole day just be about Mikel Arteta. So
exactly. Let's be overall.
Let me just get some order. So Raz, the question to you is: has there been any progress, and what do you think about the season overall and today's game?
Listen, it's very easy to be very reactionary after what's been a bad ending to the season. And I think everyone sitting here can agree, we've had a bad end to the season. We had top 4 in our hands and we lost it completely. And I'm not going to say that, I think we bottled it. And I think we'll probably even say it. We have, was when if Spurs did the same thing, we all told them that they're bottle jobs. And we bottled 4th place. There's no doubt about it. And I think the most Arsenal fans would agree with that. It's hard because we're disappointed. But at the same time, we look back at the start of the season, I didn't predict us to finish in the top 4. I thought Europa League was going to be where we finish anyway, whether it's 5th or 6th or whatever. And we've kind of achieved that. Now, I'm not saying that's the progress that we all wanted, because we, at the time, with a month to go, we had top 4 securely in our hands and we let that go. And again, if you asked me 3 years ago when we sacked Emery, that Arteta would not get us into the Champions League, I'll be disappointed with that, because we need to be. I would have said by now we should have been in the Champions League, but we have to look at the other squads in the league, because it's not just us in there, and our squad is not top 4. It's not top 4 quality, and the league table doesn't lie. Our squad mentality hasn't been there towards the end, but would I say we've progressed from last season? Yes, we have. Have we progressed enough? No, I don't think we have, because of where we got ourselves into and we let it go. So we can have both. We can say, yeah, we've progressed from last year. We're a lot better than we were last year, but there's flaws that we've lost, 13 games this year? Like that needs to turn around going into next season. So you can have the best of both worlds. It's possible.
Boom. I'm going to add. Sorry, since you already spoke, I'm just going to go to my guy here. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, of course, no problem, man.
Yeah, thank you. So, similar to what Raz, is it Ramsey?
Ramsey, yeah.
Ramsey just said. I think, like I said, I was on another podcast, and I remember I said that Arsenal not competed in Europe, and stuff like that, the best Arsenal could hope for was 5th. Because no one, I agree, no one on this panel thought Man United would do this badly compared to the players that they bought. Everyone thought Man United would be there for the title. No one expected that. I think if you had told Arsenal fans, if we had finished in the 5th, but competed for the top 4, every Arsenal fan would have accepted that. I think what happens is, and it happens with human nature, you have comparisons. It's a bit like, for example, let's say I came from Africa recently and I come to the UK. I'm just happy with a minimum wage job. Let's say I get promoted now and I'm getting middle-class wages. You don't want to go back to that lifestyle, you see. I think what's happened is during
bro, why you doing Africa dirty like that, man?
No, I'm just using an
bro,
analogy.
did Africa dirty? Come on, man.
Yeah. So okay, I won't do Africa. I am from Africa, so I'm just trying to use the analogy.
No,
so all I'm just saying is that our expectations bloated because we go like, oh my goodness, we can actually do it. And I think the disappointment was we had it in our hands and it got stolen away. My example would be, let's say for some miracle of God, we were competing for the title and we lost it on the final day. Would we have said it was a successful season or not? Or did we say we were punching above our weight? That's a question to ask. I think it's comparisons.
I think look at it this way. Liverpool don't win the league or Champions League. It's a disappointing season for them, even though they've won and they've competed to that level, in my opinion. So that's my take on things is, if your objectives change during the season and you don't meet your objectives once they've changed, you don't then go back and say, oh, at the beginning of the season, we were expected to finish. The only reason why I bring that up is when people try to banter us and say, oh, ha, you finished 4th. Realistically, yes, it's a disappointment. And you can banter as much as you want. But realistically, if you expect us to be in this position in the first place, you can't banter us, but you can say it's a disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. But unfortunately, you're not going to get intellectual consistency or integrity in this space.
No. I've seen people today bantering us that they finish in the same competition as us. It's weird. It's weird.
No. It's football fans.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to remember.
But you know the thing with these United fans is,
bro.
I've got a new name for them, yeah? I call them, they call us Banter FC. I call them Shameless FC because you have to put all of it into context, yeah? They forget. They have, so with fans, they have a very short memory. A lot of my friends who are United fans at the beginning of the season were like, yep, we're title contenders. We've got Sancho. We've got Varane. We've got Ronaldo. Who have you signed? And after they were
Sancho.
Exactly. They were the September champions. They turned around and said, yeah, we're title contenders. But the thing is, few things you got to look at. Yeah, you got to say to them, you brought all these players in. You've got the most expensive squad in the league, may I add. Yeah, you've got the most expensive squad in the league. You brought in Rangnick, and they forget again. When they brought in Rangnick, they're like, yeah, he's sick. He's done this. He's done that.
I heard they're going to win the Champions League.
Exactly. Oh, do you know what? That's one of the ones. Yeah, honestly, on TikTok, you'll see a lot of them saying, "We're going to win the Champions League. We're going to win the Champions League." And the fact they had the audacity to come to us here when they make this myth. One of the myths is it's our best season in years, which it isn't, because in 18-19 we got 71 points, and then they say it's the worst season. Yeah, it is their worst season, but they finished on 0 goal difference with one of the greatest players of all time in Ronaldo. They've got Sancho, they've got Varane, and they're sitting below us. So you know what? When they come with that, you just say to them, look, you're not even Banter FC. You're worse than Banter. You're shameless. No shame FC, man.
There you go. I'm going to have to clip that up. Go ahead. What are you saying, Alistair?
Let's be honest, we're the 5th best team in the country. And there are 3 teams that have just got relegated. So let's just have a bit of perspective on,
well said, bro. Well said.
I just want to go, they go over the top about, the team and that. We have no God-given right to win anything. We've got no right to win anything. There are teams that have gone into administration. Let's just, we're fine. We're good. I'm going to judge it after, when it comes to Arteta and the board and that, when we have the transfer window, because I was disappointed not to obviously get anyone in the January window, and obviously, I seen it as a risk. It was either going to pay off or it wasn't going to pay off. It's not quite paid off for the Champions League, but we've got the target that we wanted, or what the club wanted. If we come to the first game of the season and we've signed nobody, then we can all kick off. you know what I mean? But if we sign loads of decent players, then I think we're going to be for next season in good shape. And I think a lot of Man U fans seem to think next season all of a sudden they're going to turn into a brilliant team because they've got this new up and coming manager that none of them probably ever even properly watched before. They've never heard him. You know, Man United have already had top managers since Alex Ferguson and still haven't done anything. They've still done crap. They're still underperformed. You know, so and I know on these YouTube things, you know, you've got to be a bit more sensational. You know, some of them like to. I think it's be a bit over the top, but it should be. I think we're in a good place at the moment, Arsenal. We are in a good place. I worry a little bit about Newcastle. They're the only team at the moment I'm worried about. You know, because
Newcastle have this money.
But there's nothing you can do about Newcastle. You know, it's like when Chelsea got bought. There's nothing we can do about them. You know, that doesn't mean it changes anything. We've still got the name. So
just 1 second, bro. Just before I go to Arteta out and other people, Sean, what's up, Sean?
Okay, we are fit with 151.
There you go. And are you? How are you feeling about the season? How do you feel? Good season, bad season, or disappointment?
Average.
Average season. You know what? That's an honest assessment. That's a very honest assessment. Thank you, Sean, for coming on. Appreciate it, bro.
See ya.
Big up, Sean, guys. Arteta out. Go ahead, bro. What are you saying?
Yo, Egal, can I just make this point of this whole progression thing? When you take a team to 8th, we were never an 8th place team. Arteta took us 8th. We were never 8th. So that's the only reason why it looks like it's progression when it's really not. Do you get what I mean?
You're saying there's no progression because the club in itself was in a better position and he dropped us down.
Yeah.
So you say there's no progression at all. Like you're not seeing any progression in the style of play, in the way that we perform week in, week out at all.
No.
But there's nothing you can point out and say, you know what, this is an improvement. Because in my opinion, there's things that I can look at and say defensively, yes, we might have conceded a lot of goals, but our shape and the way that we play in games, we're not as worried throughout the 90 minutes in all the games. We set up well and beat a lot of the smaller teams throughout the season. Yes, we messed it up at the end of the season, but I'm just looking at this whole season as a totality. Defensively, in the first half of the season, we were a lot better than we were in the second half. So we dropped off, but I do believe there's been improvements in the way that we play. I think there's been improvements in the way that our defensive structure is, our attacking structure. I feel like the youngsters have improved throughout the team, and I feel like there's a level of cohesion and understanding amongst the players that we didn't have over the last couple of years, where it looked like they were lost when they were playing.
Can I just say, last season we had players like Bellerin, you know, Mustafi, Socrates, and I don't think we've conceded any more or less than what we conceded last season.
Nah, bro, honestly, that's one thing for me. One thing that we've actually managed, because we were getting slapped by mega scorelines, and if you don't think we've made an improvement with Mustafi, then bro, I don't know, man. I don't know what
we've made progression in some areas,
but that's still progress, don't it?
Yeah, but
your statement, your premise was we've made no progression, which I find it hard to believe, man. Like do you remember there was a point where we just weren't winning against big teams?
But you didn't listen to my point. My point was when you take a team to 8th and you take them back to 5th, it looks like progression. We were never an 8th place team.
We have more points.
I hear his point, guys.
Arteta out. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Finishing 5th, I don't get people. Finishing 5th is not progress. That's not good
exactly,
enough.
And that's a failure. We're meant to be in the Champions League.
Exactly.
No. We don't have a defined right to be in the Champions League. We don't.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Look,
if you look at
there is
paper,
no divine right in football.
Yeah.
There's no divine right. Yeah. I've been watching Arsenal for 34 years. Let me tell you something. We have no divine right to be in the Champions League. If you look at our squad, yeah. There's a few big differences, yeah. Look at, for example, I hate saying this, yeah. Have we got a striker like Harry Kane?
Could you guys do me a favor?
We haven't got players like Son, yeah.
1 second, Ads, Tommy, Arteta out. If you guys can, could you please come on camera? That it just makes it better. Anyways, continue.
Not today, man.
Not today. No worries.
Sorry. I'm doing illegal activities because I'm holding my phone while I'm driving. I shouldn't be doing this. Give me 2
You
seconds.
should not be doing that, bro. I don't want you to get arrested, man.
Yeah, I mentioned it on here.
You're driving. That's dangerous, man.
I'll let you go, bro.
Yeah, let him go, bro, on this one. Yeah.
I'll be back on. I'll be back
Yes,
on. Give me
Tommy.
2 seconds. Let me park up.
I know
Okay,
worries,
go.
man.
I just want to go. Sorry, I just want to go back on that point about last season in comparison to this season, because obviously, so we've got 8 more points than last year, and we've got more wins than we have last year. I think our losses are equal to last year. So if we take
And
that
we haven't drawn many games this year. That's
No.
that we haven't
We're gonna break it down in a second. Let me just get through some of the calls. Yo,
Yeah.
Samuel, are you at the Emirates?
Nah, man, I've come back home, bro. I'm literally.
Big up to you. Just before you go, let Mohamed go, and then we're gonna continue. Mohamed, what are you saying, man?
Yes, hi. Good evening, Egal. Good evening, guys. I heard some conversation. For me, I will talk about the season. It's disappointing, but not failure. For me, not failure. Disappointing. Okay, it was in our hand, but to be realistic enough, at the beginning of the season, no one from all Arsenal fans, or even the board, or pundits, or ex-players expected Arsenal with this young team, not complete team enough.
The youngest team in the Premier League.
Chase,
The youngest team in the Premier League.
Yes, to chase top 4. So during the season, credit to these players, these young players. Also credit to Arteta that they give the expectations higher than expected at the beginning of the season. We must be realistic enough to see the situation. I get that some Arsenal fans. I'm an all Arsenal fan since 1985, so I know the club, the history of the club. I get that there is some feeling of disappointing that 5th is not enough. You must see the reality as it is. Arteta, when he came, he inherited a mess during Sanlehe times, buying Pepe, high wage bill. Now read the stats about our annual wage bill. Now the club reduced the annual wage bill to the minimum, so we can enter the summer ready to spend and to give high wages to players, to top quality players. So finishing 5th is not a disaster. Okay, we were chasing, we were competing. It was in our hand. But for me, the difference between us and Spurs, it's not Conte and Arteta. Okay, Conte is a very good top coach. Tottenham has Kane and Son, 2 world-class strikers. They scored both 40 goals this season. Imagine this: 2 players scored 40 goals this season. This is the difference. Arsenal team now don't have Kane, don't have Son. We have many good young players. Okay, not complete team. In this summer, this crucial summer, we have to strengthen quality-wise in the attacking department and in midfield. For me, if I analyze our performance this season, I'm not worried about our defensive side of the game. No, the worry is the attacking side of the game. Attacking, we didn't score goals enough. I agree to concede 2 goals in the match, but to score 4 and to win 4-2. So we lack top quality strikers. We lack top quality midfielders. We need also another top quality winger. We must, if you want to compete with these top teams ahead of you, you must have top quality midfielders, top quality wingers, and top quality strikers.
We need a new manager as well.
Look at City. Look at City. Look at Liverpool. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool had six top players in attack. 3 in the pitch and 3 on the bench. 3. There is no differences between their quality. We must be like this. Building a strong team. It's not a touch of a magic. Needs time. We are moving correctly towards our aim. We get rid of 25 players in the last 18 months. Imagine Now we have 6 new young players that we got last summer, and we didn't finish the job. Now the aim is to get to the next level by quality signing. This summer is crucial for me.
Just before anybody else goes, Anthony hasn't spoken yet and Samuel haven't spoken yet. We're going to get through all the calls, then we're going to move on to the next topic. Anthony, what were you going to say, bro?
To put this into context, in terms of
this season, has there been progress?
This season, I would say no. And the reason why I'd say no, we've conceded the same amount of goals that we did last season. If you look at the stats from this season to last season, we've lost more games this season than we done last season. And our goal ratio, it's not the point. This season has been, I expected from a team who, let me be honest first of all, I didn't predict where we was going to be. I thought we was going to finish much lower. I'll be honest with you. However, from a team who's only playing 1 day a week, you expect them to, go for top 4. But, and I keep saying this, when it comes to this team, there's a fear factor when it comes to pressure. You see today, what happened today? No Champions League, no pressure, they won. Yeah. When it comes to the big games, they buckle under pressure. And I keep saying this. This team has got a fear factor when it comes to pressure. And unfortunately, I don't think this manager is the right manager to give these guys confidence to get on the pitch to say, look, this is what we got to do. Imagine, we were 2 wins away from getting in top 4. And what did we do? We bottled it season after season. So, look, for a guy who finished 8th twice, who was in the Europa League season before last, and we're back in Europa League, that's not progress, I'm sorry to say. And I don't have faith in the technical directors to go get these targets that allegedly we're supposed to be looking at, like Jesus or Tielemans. If I was Jesus, why would I want to leave City when I've just won the Premier League to come to Arsenal?
Because he's
1 year in the Europa League.
Guys.
Well, come
Anthony,
on, realistic.
Anthony, are you done?
He has 1 year.
Just one more. No, just one more piece. I just want to say, people want to talk about that there's progression, but you have to look at it really. This cycle's been going on season after season after season. Yeah. So how can you really call it progression if we're in a continuous cycle?
No, it's not. Finishing 5th is not progress. It's failure for me.
Guys. I'm gonna go to Samuel, but thank you for coming on, Anthony. Big up to you for coming on. Really do appreciate it. Arteta out. Thank you for coming on, also, bro. You're always welcome to come on, even though we don't agree with football opinions. I like having a different opinion on the channel, so you can come on and voice your opinion always. So thank you for coming on, bro. You there? Okay. And then Samuel, we're gonna go to you now. What are you saying, Samuel?
Listen, I'm literally I'm hurt. I think we're all hurt. I mean, after some of the highs we had this season, beating Wolves in the last minute, smashing Tottenham 3-1, playing beating United 3-1, I thought it was done. I thought literally we've secured it. 4 points to go, 3 games left, and this team just capitulated from then onwards. And the thing is that we don't have in this team is killers. We don't have killers. Look at Kane and Son. They scored 40 goals for Tottenham Hotspur this season. Our top Heung-min Son scored 22 goals. Harry Kane 18 goals this season. Our top scorer was Bukayo Saka with 11. Not replacing anyone in the January transfer window was when it killed us, because as soon as we were 1 injury away from this team, the structure collapsing. The injury came in, the injury to us by this team just fell apart. We had to adapt when really our backup players, they weren't fit for this race. They didn't have the pressure, they didn't have the quality to get it decided. Aside, I think this season there was progress. I think many, jumping from 16 wins last season to 24 wins this season, 23 wins this season. I think it is a step in the right direction. 8 points better off this season when after losing our first 3 games, 69 points. And we have to get. I don't care about defenders, right backs, Egal. I would spend £100 million on a striker this summer. it has to be done. If we want to take this club to the next level, like Mikel Arteta said, the club needs to go to. It is time. This is now or never for us to close the gap and go to the top. It's now or never this summer window, and you have to get these world class players in. I don't care if you're Europa League football, as long as we have the money, wages, £100 million for striker, £70 million for midfielder. It has to be done. Ability now, because there's things and get the depth in, because we're going to be on Thursdays. I want us as a fan base. We should not accept anything less than Europa League next season. We have to win the Europa League next season. It is a must. We're the best in that competition.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
We're not going to win it with this manager. Don't be deluded.
One second. Everything is not always about Mikel Arteta.
Thank you.
What do you mean? He picks the team. Who picks the team then, bro?
Stop. His point is solely on the fact that there is no excuses for next season. Mikel Arteta or not, there is no excuses for next season for the team not to see. If we don't see either top 4 or a Europa League trophy, that means
that'll be failure.
A failure, and we have no excuses. Similar to how you're saying this season.
Next season we're going to finish 8th again.
Go. The hell? What do you mean we're going to finish 8th? You know what, Tommy?
Leicester are going to be stronger.
No. You got Tommy.
Don't know that.
You know what? I just don't get this fan base. Everybody likes this. This is what annoys me.
It's not about liking the manager. It's about annoying now, bro.
I've got this, bro. We are going to spend £200 million this summer. By spending £200 million on players, do you think we're going to go backwards? By spending £200 million this summer, yes or no? Is it backwards? Give me an answer. We're going to spend £200 million. Like I said, and the Cronkies, £200 million investment in the squad this summer. So when we spend the £200 million, where are we going to go? We're going to go back to eat for that £200 million that we're going to spend.
We probably would, because Leicester are not going to be as poorly as they are. West Ham are going to be stronger. Wolves,
how do you know? You don't know that. How do you know that?
We should look first at ourselves. First, we should look at ourselves. The job we have a crucial summer. We have to bring top quality players in the places that we need to go to the next level. Regardless of what other clubs do, we should do our job. We should, and the board and Arteta will do the job. They knew that crucial summer is coming. Big summer.
Yes. One at a time.
Okay, I need some order in here. Everyone's talking over each other. Calm down. First things first, right? I hear where you're coming from, Tommy. I hear where you're coming from, Samuel. Let's just understand. I need to know from everyone right now, where do you think, what's your expectations for next season? Because for me, my expectations is to try to win the Europa League and try to get top 4. If you don't get one of those two, then it's a failure. I'm not talking about Arteta. I'm not talking about what Mikel Arteta, this, that. I'm saying expectations for next season. Forget about who is the players or the manager. Expectations for next season, even if we had Pep Guardiola or Klopp in our team, my expectations for next season is to win either the Europa League or get top 4. What are your expectations for next season, guys? I'm going to go one by one. What is your expectations for next season, bro?
Yeah, I would agree with you. Either top 4, winning the Europa League. Anything else would be a failure. Totally.
Okay. Actually, so your expectations are similar to mine. What about you, Raf? Expectations for next season?
I mean, it's difficult without seeing what we bring in to say where we should expect to finish. Looking at the league, looking at everyone's team, because we're not the only team in the Premier League, right? If we look at the league table and our team is not as good as everyone else, then I can't say I expect us to finish in the top 4. However, we should be looking to progress from this season, and that progress should be the aiming for Champions League football. I think we should, like, however much we get it, that should be the aim. But obviously, it depends who we bring in. If we don't sign anyone from now till September, no, it's not going to happen. But then I can't say I expect us to finish 4th, because I won't. I expect us to finish bare minimum in Europa League. But also, that's probably the only problem I have with this club giving Arteta the new deal, because they gave him a new deal when we finished in the Europa League. That tells me that they're happy to reward this manager for finishing in Europa League places. So even though we may expect fourth, I don't know if they expect us.
Bro, you know my expectations from the viewers are minimum expectations from the viewers. Join into the conversation. Let us know what your expectations are for Arsenal next season. We have some people here saying 10th at best. We have some people saying 8th. And also, if you guys could do me a favor, hit that like button. We have 80 or 90 people watching right now, and we only have 27 likes. Like, you can do much better than that. It's absolutely free. Smash that like button right now. It's free. Hit it right now. Don't take a second. Do it right now.
Miguel, you should say you should ask them for the HBO special. Help a brother out.
you know, I seen that on my brother's channel. I did that once. Good. Go ahead, Ben. What are you saying? What's your expectations for next season?
Well, expectations is we have a good summer. We sign the players that we need, you know, some top quality players. And if we do that, I think we should be at least getting to the final of the Europa League. We should be getting into Champions League next season. And I'd like to go all the way in the FA Cup, you know. And I also think we need to start taking a few. Need to see if we can beat a City or a Liverpool as well, you know, next season. I know that's going to be difficult. You know, and I just want to say, you know, the people keep, you know, and they keep saying that, you know, fans are expecting mediocre because they still want Arteta in or stuff like that. It's not that we're accepting where we are. We're not accepting where we are. I don't like being fifth. Nobody likes being fifth. I grew up in a time in the Invincible era, and I grew up around a lot of Man United fans when we were brilliant. So I know where we want to be, but we aren't there. You've got to understand that where we are. We could go and get the best manager in the world that's out there right now, and we could still be in fifth place next season, because it's not just because of the manager. It's the board that needs to give the money to the manager. We've still got Man City and Liverpool. They're just like so miles ahead. They're the only two teams next season that we can get, that I would guarantee that are going to be any good next season. We've no guarantee that Leicester are going to be any good, because I think they've gone on a bit of slump. I think there's going to be a lot of their players are going to go this season, so they could be weaker next season. We don't know. Do you know? It's all on the summer this season. It's all on this summer. And it's all about the board, and if the board backs it, and you know. People keep going on about Arteta's got this new contract. Do you know what I hope it says? You know, Arteta wants to win stuff. So when he's negotiating his contract, he doesn't just want his money for himself. He wants to win. So I'm hoping in that contract, the agreement, he's gone. I'll stay, but I want such and such a transfer budget, and that's that's why I think actually him signing a new contract is not a bad idea, because he then could negotiate with the club and say, this is what I want, otherwise I'm going. Because he will go, if he goes, he will go to another top club.
Okay.
Whether we like him or not, he will.
Just before we go, Tommy.
Barcelona wanted him, so Barcelona wanted him. Back when Pep goes.
Barcelona are making a mistake of that. They got Xavi. Xavi's doing bits.
Yo, Tommy, big up Tommy for coming on. I really do appreciate it, bro. Have yourself a wonderful day, okay?
Yeah, man. I'm out of it, man.
No worries. Mohamed, just before you go, expectations?
Yes, I agree with you about our aims next season, but it depends on the summer. We must have a successful summer transfer window. And after this, I agree with the aims that you mentioned. Really, some people are not realistically analyzing what Arsenal's situation was and the transitional period. Building a strong team is not a touch of magic. We must see where Arsenal was, where today, the plan, and to go ahead. Liverpool didn't create this top strong team in one season. Many seasons. Every team, every club is different to another club. No one of us is happy to be fifth or sixth, but we must be realistic. Big difference between what is the ambition, what's the wish to be first, to be champions, to be second, to be third. What is the reality? What were your problems outside and inside the pitch during the last 3 or 4 seasons? Sanlehi time. After this, clearing the woodeds, putting another plan, putting another project, signing young players, reducing the wage bill, looking forward to the future. All these things, these problems were not in another club. Look at United season today. They brought Varane, Ronaldo, Sancho, etc., etc. Look at their wage bill. They are failure this season. They failed. So must be realistic. All of us want Arsenal to win, but you must look at the reality now. We are building a new team. This summer is crucial for us to put the pieces and to take the team into the next level and hope, inshallah, next season we compete for our aims. I will end with, I'm sure, for me, my point of view, that Arteta created another atmosphere when he came today. You see the unity inside the team, inside the Rome team. Look at the connection between the supporters in the Emirates Stadium, or also the away supporters with the team. From many years, we didn't see our fans singing for the players and singing for the manager. This connection, this unity, this new culture, new winning culture, new atmosphere. We didn't have this for many years. Credit to Arteta first.
Mohamed,
yes.
Really do appreciate you coming on, bro. But I'm
you.
just going to shut down the panel. Have a great day, okay?
Thank you, Egal. Thank you all.
No worries,
Thank
bro.
you.
Okay, and guys, just please quicker and concise with your points, please. Finally, this point right here, Ricardo, I know you've come on the channel before. You're welcome to come on right now. I can tell you're very much upset with the fan base. Come on, voice your opinion. The link's right there. Guys, do you want to do a season rating? Because there's no point of doing a player rating on this game. There's no point. There's no point of doing a player rating on this single game. But can we actually even do a season rating at this moment in time? Because there's so many.
I think you can. I think you can.
I think, you know, I'll let time settle, because I think right now we're just too hot. We're too
emotional. That's a good point, Samuel. I think it's always wise, because I think sometimes you just need to get the emotions and the hurt out of the way.
Yeah,
for your rational side of the brain.
We're not going to make a rational decision. You have to wait. But like I said,
so let's at least do a player rating for this game, because this game was. Did everyone watch the game? Of course.
Yeah, not really.
I because it weren't on Sky or BT, so I couldn't watch it. So
I didn't watch it. No, just watch the Man City game.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll have to do this one on my own. Where is it? Where is the player ratings?
Can I say my expectations are bare minimum, right? I don't care. We have to be the most competitive we've been in the league for the last 10 years. I want us to at least be competitive in the league. Look at someone said, beat a Man City and Liverpool this season. Beat all the teams we have. Reduce the amount of losses. At least take away 5 losses this season. Get at least an extra 8 points better off than we were last season. I see us improving. I think we're going to get far quality players. I see us improving by 10 points maybe next season. The current trajectory is 10 points. But the thing is, if we get top 4 next season without nothing, no trophy, I'll say the season's a failure. Because the next season, we have to get a top 4, and on top of top 4, a trophy must be won. That's the bare minimum we're asking for. A trophy. Get top 4 with no trophy, that's a failure. Top 4 with a trophy is an okay season.
Okay, just to let you guys know, I'm gonna give Ramsdale just to do player ratings quickly. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna give Ramsdale. If you guys watched the game, he kind of had a holler on the goal. He was far he was on the post. The goal was scored right in the middle. If he just moved back, he probably could have got it, but he jumped as if the shot was already taken before the ball even got to the man, and it left him.
I'm gonna sell a contract, by the way.
So I'm gonna go Ramsdale gets. I'm gonna give Ramsdale a 6.5. I'm gonna give Nuno a 6.5. He didn't do anything wrong. Gabriel Magalhaes got a goal, and he was involved in the whole game, defensively doing well. And I'm just gonna give him a 7. Rob Holding 6. Mohamed Elneny, I'm gonna give him a 7. Xhaka 7. Bukayo Saka, player of the season 7. Martin Ødegaard, I'm gonna give him an 8. Gabriel Magalhaes, I'm gonna give him a 7. He got the penalty. And Eddie Nketiah, I'm gonna give him an 8. I feel like the man of the match is between 3 people. Oh, Cedric gets a 8.5. Cedric's man of the match for me. Got a goal, got an assist, defensively was solid, and he was really doing well the whole game. So it's between Cedric, Ødegaard, and Eddie Nketiah, whoever you guys want to give man of the match to.
If he could only have done that against Tottenham, that's all I'm saying. You know,
Yeah. Literally, I was at the game today. Like, I wasn't even celebrating the goals that much, man. I was like,
We got Nuno. Guys, we got somebody else here. Nuno, what's going on, Nuno?
Hey, how you doing, Egal, man?
I'm doing good, man. Talk to me. What do you think about Arsenal season? Was it disappointment for you?
Listen, man. Man, this season has been, man, bittersweet, man. I feel like we had beaten like teams that we should not have lost to who get top 4, you know. But it's the season. It's the story of our season, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely get you. Completely get it, man. That's just the story of our season. Man says Cedric is a disgrace of a player. Well, today he had a good game, so I'm gonna be fair
man,
and give him
the said man, Cedric, man.
Anyways, guys, let's do something else, because you guys, obviously everyone here is kind of down, and let's just talk about something that makes us, that cheers us up. You know, it always cheers me up when we talk about which players we're gonna keep and which players we're gonna sell, because we always want to sell these guys, right? So let's do that.
Okay. The 11. Every squad though, the 11.
I got to shoot it, guy.
How many of these players are actually get what?
I got to shoot. Take it easy.
Oh, have a good one.
Cool.
How many of these players do you guys actually want to keep?
Egal, squad or 11?
I'm talking about the whole. I'm talking about the squad.
Oh,
because we could do 11 if we want, but I think we should. It's better if we do the squad. So, okay, here we go. So we're gonna do 100% keep. Could be good squad player. Not sure. Accept the offer if it comes in, and sell. Or
yeah, okay.
That's too many.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
That's too many. What I'm gonna do is keep good squad player, not sure, and sell. Okay. So let's get this show started. Tommy's in the house. Tommy, what do you say, man? Tommy's a West Ham fan.
What are you saying, bro? You all right, yeah?
You're right, yeah. How you doing, Tommy, man? Your boys lost to Brighton,
I'm good,
man.
boys.
You must be good, bro.
I'm all right, man. At least we got a bit of Europe, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry we couldn't get United in the conference, innit?
Europe 3 times in a row now, or twice?
You should have beaten Manchester United, man. You should have beaten United. You should have beat. You should have beaten.
And Tommy, the worst part is that Brighton is that United got stuffed by Palace.
Oh, mate, we always get bad against Brighton, man. It's annoying, bro. We don't like it down where the seagulls are, man.
Anyways,
we just get allergic to something.
I'm gonna have to move this on. But Tommy, what were you saying? Thank you for coming on, Nuno. Tommy, what were you saying?
What, bro?
What were you saying, bro?
I thought I'd come on and just kick you a little brief on your season, innit? I thought you'd get that from a rival, innit? Do you know what I mean?
What do you think of Arsenal season as a West Ham fan?
All right, where do I begin? All right, I've got a bit of beef in it because I hate this youngest squad thing, yeah? Because, yeah, you see Tottenham in 2015 to 16. Gary, you've seen that list, innit, where it has, like, 15 youngest squads and you're, like, 15th, innit? Yeah? Let me say this. You know when Tottenham finished 3rd, would you call their season a failure that season?
What season? The season that they finished 3rd against Leicester? Yeah, because they didn't win the league.
Yeah. Yeah, so then you'd say your season failure because you was on course to finish 4th, wouldn't you?
Yeah, bro. I'm not one of these guys who's trying to hide.
No. I'm just saying. No, don't worry. I'm not trying to stick it on you, bro.
I think this season definitely is a disappointment, and you could, if you want to call it a failure, you can call it a failure. But I definitely, because we were in a position to get top 4 and we didn't get it. Anyone disagree?
No, the season was a failure.
Because we had an opportunity to get top 4. In the grand scheme of things, we reached our objective, but we just weren't able to make it a
failure. For the club, it's not, unfortunately. Yeah.
For the club, it's not. But for me, I'm not saying though. I don't like to use the word failure, but I think the fact that we missed out is a disappointment. It's definitely a disappointing end to the season, and there's no excuses for next season.
This is a massive opportunity, man. Because I don't think Man United will be
as bad. Was this season for West Ham a failure? Was this season a failure for West Ham?
What, in overall? Or like just Premier League?
Overall.
Overall, no, it ain't really, because we've got semi-final in the European Cup, which you haven't been in for years. Like in over, we got to our first semi-final in 25 years. We finished seventh. We finished in Europe twice in 2 seasons. So I'd say it's a good season. Do I want more? Yes, I do. I want to finish Europa League next season 100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't want Moyes as manager. But if he gets back, then it's different. If he's back, then yeah. But if he doesn't, I can't really expect anything from him, because do you know what I mean? But with Arteta, I'll give him probably I'll probably give him a 4 or 5, because you forget that he got knocked out of the FA Cup in January. He had 1 game a week for the majority of the season, and also you had teams around you that were not as bad, that were really bad, like Spurs that are in crisis, Man United that are in crisis. So if you add everything together, you got to say it's a bit of a disappointing season. I know obviously everyone wants to have a manager that obviously stays in time. I get that, because obviously you guys had Wenger, so I sort of get you think, but I think it's the narrative that's been pushed out by the media. I think he hasn't shown anything to you as Arsenal fans that he can actually push you on to win titles. But
Big up, Tom, man.
But no, I just thought
Thank
I'll go
you,
now.
bro.
I want you guys to. No worries, boys. Have a good day. Yeah.
Big up, Tom. And big up Tim, man. Tim, Leeds stayed up. What a win for Leeds. What a win for Leeds. Last minute. But yeah, let's go straight into it, boys. Let's go straight into it. Keep sell edition, okay? Keep and sell edition.
I can't see the bottom, bro.
What? That's the point. We're in the bottom. Ainsley, what are we doing with Ainsley?
Sell.
Hunga, good squad player?
Yep.
Loan out.
No. Squad player.
Yeah.
No, I didn't put loan on this. Do you want me to put loan on this?
Yeah, I think that would be good as well.
Well, yeah, because I like Lokonga, but he just needs development. That's all it is. It's game time.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove what do you call it? One of the things, that I'm just gonna make it 3 sections: keep, sell, loan. Simple. So we've already sold Aubameyang, so he's gone. Balogun, keep,
loan
Balogun. Okay. People in the comment section, what are you guys saying? Loan Balogun or keep Balogun? Let me know what you guys are saying. Loan or keep Balogun? Moving on. Don't forget to hit that like button, people. Cedric, are we selling Cedric?
Yeah.
Sell.
If we want to progress as a club,
you want to sell Cedric?
Yeah, no hesitation.
We need to get in more right back cover. Eddie Nketiah, let his contract run out.
Yes.
Yeah,
not good enough.
Yesterday.
Not good enough for the club.
I want to keep him. So
you want to keep him? Okay, why is that?
Well, we're in Europa League next season. If he can get a good run of games in the field, if we'd have had more games this season, if he come on a bit more later, I think we could have had more goals. And we're missing goals, and sometimes one of our problems is we don't give the fringe players enough game time. And I think with the Europa League, they're going to be able to get warmed up, get games to warm up, so when we can use them more in the league. And I think Nketiah he's a good striker. I like him, but
okay, Leno's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leno's gone.
Whoa! We agreed to sell Leno.
Yeah. Leno's leaving already.
Yeah, he's already leaving. But if it was up to me, man, I'd keep him, man. He's a good shot stopper.
Pepe.
Yeah, but he's sell.
Yeah. No,
Chambers already gone. So Pepe, we're selling Pepe, guys. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Pepe's never been given a fair chance at Arsenal.
He hasn't, but at the same time, man, like there's some of the things that kill him off is his lack of discipline and willing to go back and forward, and also his decision making for a player that's been in this team for nearly 3 seasons now. I just think we've given him the chance, man. It's time to cut our losses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go into Mohamed Elneny. This is a controversial one. I want to keep him.
Keep.
1 second. One at a time, guys. I'm going keep. To my right, what are you saying?
We need to sell him. We need an improvement on him.
Okay.
We need competition, not replacements.
He just signed a 1-year contract just an hour ago, so he's staying.
What about yourself, bro? How come?
Keep.
And Abs?
Keep as a squad player, yeah.
Yes, as a squad player, yeah.
Okay, so we're keeping Eddie Nketiah and Mohamed Elneny. Is that true?
Well, no, Nketiah is going though. His contract's going to run out. So
Okay.
Nketiah is gone.
So we're gonna sell Ben White, keep.
Keep.
ESR, keep, not even a question. Martinelli, keep, not even a question. Gabriel Magalhaes, keep, not even a question. Kieran Tierney, keep, right?
If we did, listen, Egal, can I say something? Next season, if he doesn't sort out his injury stuff, I know it's not with him. If he doesn't keep it up and is not available that much next season, he has to go next summer. He has to go.
Okay, so if he can't stay fit for the entire, if he can't stay fit for a majority of the season, he's gonna have to go.
That's for me. That's mad. Like I don't care if he's like whether he keeps. Look, at the end of the day, we kept Van Persie for bloody 10 seasons, and then we decided to let him go. Like for me, he's the second best left back in the league. Like to get rid of him, he's one of our best players, man, easily.
I think it depends on who comes in. If someone comes in with a good offer, I'm selling him. I like him.
Really?
If somebody comes in with a good offer and you can replace him with someone who's going to be fit, who's just not as good, but's going to be fit all the time and can give us a consistent game every game, it's better than having a player that's on the bench all the time.
This is the saying: your best ability is your availability.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, Cazorla, he's a perfect example. You know, imagine if he was fit.
Okay. So we're gonna keep him for now, but we're gonna look at selling him in the future if we need to. Lacazette's gone. No one's keeping Lacazette. Arthur Okonkwo's being kept.
Right? Loan him out.
Loan.
We need a better second choice goalkeeper.
Yeah,
we're getting Matt Smith as a second choice goalkeeper.
Matt Turner.
He's gonna be probably our third. So I'm thinking we're gonna keep
third choice. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. No one's taking Ramsdale's not going nowhere. Anybody have anything to say on Ramsdale?
No. I think the only thing I'll say for Ramsdale, because I'm a goalkeeper himself.
Odegaard's not going anywhere
now. Yeah.
No, Odegaard goes nowhere. Even no contract.
I'm saying sell Pablo Mari. Do you guys all agree?
He's gonna. You see, for the Molina deal, he's gonna be used as a keeper of the Molina deal if we're gonna sign him.
Okay. Partey's staying. Everyone agrees.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're on about Partey. I think the same about him as I do with Kieran Tierney. If he can't stay fit, I'm selling him as well because he's not fit enough.
Like for me, I can't see how we'd sell him because he's probably our best defensive midfielder by country mile.
He's his best when he's playing. He's not his best when he's not playing, though, is he?
I say
he's
something.
On the bench. He's not your best.
The only
got to be available.
The only world-class player we have on his team right now is Thomas Partey. He's the only world-class player on his whole squad.
And for me, if we got rid of that, it would be ludicrous. Like you saw, like I'm not being funny, yeah. But this is the two players. I've been saying this to myself for ages. As soon as we lost Tierney, as soon as we lost Partey, we just became shambolic at times.
But that's the problem, isn't it? If we had a player that we didn't lose to injury, then we wouldn't be where we are. Our problem in the past for a long time has been injuries. Injuries has hindered us for a long time, and we need players that aren't injured.
Bro, maybe the thing is not to sell him or loan him, but the thing is to actually keep him and get somebody that can be a starter level backup or starter level, or make him a backup, one or the other. But moving on, for me, Saka is not going nowhere. I'm just putting him in there, by the way. Rob Holding, sell.
Sell.
Like Egal, we have to take this club to the next level. This club needs to go to the next level, and he can't stay.
Who said keep?
I said keep because we're not going because we aren't going to be able to get all the players we want and another defender as
Alistair,
well as.
Can I reply to that? Alistair, you were happy for us to get rid of Tierney and Partey.
I didn't say I was happy. I like them players when they are playing. They are two of our best players. Unfortunately, they're not playing enough. That is the problem. It's not about their ability on the pitch.
Holding's injury prone as well, and he's got Holding not. So they're all injury prone, but Holding shit.
But he's happy to sit on the bench and come on, and when we're winning and we just need a bit of securing up, he's happy to come on and do that role.
What about this comment? The comment says Holding is a squad player. I hear that.
No, I'll say this. I think we should get another backup centre back instead of Holding.
I'm just a bit Egal, I'm just a bit bemused because like I've just heard people say Tierney, Partey are injuries, so let's probably get rid of him. But then we're holding on to Rob Holding, who is injury prone and nowhere near has half the talent. And the other day he cost us when he decided to get a stupid red card in the North London derby.
Keep going on about Partey being our best player, and he is when he's at his best. But there has been a lot of games, even when he's played, he's gone missing. He's not. It takes him that long to get back up to speed. So it's so good.
There's gonna be a difference of opinion. People are gonna disagree, but this one everyone should wholeheartedly agree. I think. Are we selling Nuno or are we loaning him out?
Loaning him out.
Loan?
No, keep. No, I think we keep him. I think he's raw with Nuno.
He's raw, but you've got
we loan him out.
I think loaning him out is keeping him. You're basically
we are keeping him because we're buying Hickey who can play on the left and the right. So for me, I think we can loan him out. I think if we try to go to the next season, and let's just say Tierney, for argument's sake, Tierney gets injured, do you feel confident that this guy, he's raw? I'm going on recency bias because a lot of people just remember he's had these last few terrible games. But at the beginning of the season, Leicester away, he had a phenomenal game.
Yeah, exactly. So
are we happy, really, deep down inside, are we happy to say Tierney gets injured and he steps in? I'd rather have Hickey to step in instead of him.
But this season, we needed both sides, someone to step in both sides. So he could actually be quite good in the Europa, I think. And in the Europa, I think he's a confidence player. He plays in Europa and he plays some of them rubbish teams and he has some good games. His confidence is up.
Guys, I'm just gonna take the majority. I say loan. What do you guys say?
Loan. I go loan as well.
Okay, so there's
loan
two key loans.
Yeah.
There's three. Okay, so it's tied in the middle. So
Egal, we go in the middle. We give him a 6-month loan and then we bring him back to keep.
Okay, there you go. And then Tomiyasu's keep.
Obviously keep. No, not now.
Wait. I want an upgrade on right back this season.
We'll speak about that in the summer.
Upgrade.
Lokonga.
Upgrade.
I say keep Lokonga.
Yeah, definitely.
I like Lokonga. I think. I know he's a bit raw still, but I think he's something special for the future. He is. He needs a loan out. He needs a good run, or he needs a good run in Europa League. I think that's why Europa League could do us quite a lot of good. Actually,
he'd be good in Europa, definitely.
Okay, and I left the best one for last. I am keeping Granit Xhaka. Let me know what you guys think. If you're watching this live or watching the playback, don't forget to hit that like button. I'm going to now ask everybody here and everyone in the comment section, would you keep Granit Xhaka? Let me know.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. 100%.
He's been one of our best players this season. He has not made one major mistake this season, has he?
1 second.
He's got some sending off.
You don't look happy. Why is that?
So with Xhaka, he is the enigma because he can have an absolute blinder, or he could just do a madness. Now, for me, I thought about this today when he was coming off, and I thought, do you know what? He's got a lot of experience. And the other day, I know a lot of people didn't like him coming out saying people don't have the the cojones, but I think that's kind of what we're missing is that nastiness, that kind of being able to come out and say, yeah, do you know what? We were rubbish, and if you're not ready to play. So for me, I think in terms of experience, some of his progressive passing, for me, again, with Xhaka, he's like Marmite, isn't he? You either love him or you hate him. But I'm not. I'm in the middle with him. But I think for Arsenal's benefit, I think it'd be good to keep him. He has made some major mistakes. He has made some major mistakes. I'm just saying, though. I was at the Carabao Cup game against Liverpool, and he had a horrendous.
I just want to say something. Next season is the biggest season we'll ever have in years. It's the season's do or die for Mikel Arteta. Literally.
100%.
And the propensity for Partey being injured, you do need a Xhaka.
Yeah.
That also
okay. I'm just gonna say this. Just ending off the sell, keep, or loan part of the video, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now as we are still live. And if you're watching this on the playback, let us know what you thought about the sell, keep, or loan portion of the video. We are now going to go into the final part of the video where we just talk about our final thoughts on the season. Let us know what you guys think also in the comment section. I'm gonna just go to you, Sam, since I interrupted you. Let me know what your final thoughts are on this season, because I want to end it off on a positive note because a lot of people are flipping out. If you don't know, Arteta out's trending already. It's going to trend every game. It's going to trend at the beginning of the season. It's going to trend in preseason. You're going to see it every time. Every time we're linked to a player, it's going to trend. We're going to be linked to Dominic Calvert-Lewin 100 times before now until the end of the season. So expect it to be trending then also. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm keeping that going. I can't believe that. Yo, Abs, I'm just going to mute you. There's too much noise in the background.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so the season had good moments. The last winner against Wolves, the highlight of my season. You know, I thought that game, I thought Champions League was guaranteed after that game. Just to come back from 1-0 down against a very good Wolves side. You know, we did progress this season. You know, at the end of the time, we fell at the end of the line. You know, the final part of the lap, we just collapsed. And, you know, majority of the season, we were good. I think what the club is now, I think we're in a good state as a club. But then now, like everyone has been saying at the ground today, even the directors, the managers say the club needs to go to the next level. This summer, we shouldn't be signing any project players. We want guaranteed quality players right now. No, like, oh, this player, we're going to project him for 2 years or 3 years. No, we need it now. Players that can make an immediate impact to make us better. Because we, as a club now, listen, I've lowered my standards in the past couple of years. We've been realistic. Now we have to raise our standards through the effing roof now for this squad of players and this manager, because we've lowered them. But now it's big boy time. We be like act like Arsenal, be like Arsenal, win a trophy next season and get Champions League. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I think it's a good idea that we're keeping the likes of Mohamed Elneny, but I think we should still move on Eddie Nketiah because that might be another striker position we're taking away from us progressing as a squad. And overall, I feel like this team has disappointed us this season. They've let us down dramatically at the end of the season, and it's been a sad end to the season. But let's not take away from the good parts. We have had improvements. We have shown resilience. We have shown that we can fight. And I just feel like overall, you can get disappointed and upset about the end of the season, but there were a lot of moments where even the most skeptical people were believers that we were going to be able to get into this situation. And that didn't come from sure luck. That didn't come from just because other teams were bad. That because we created our own luck. We did it on our own. And this team was ready to fight for that Champions League, but they weren't ready to actually be back in it. And Tottenham deserve it. We don't. And take it on the chin. We go into Europa League. We have unfinished business in the Europa League, and we have to go win it. But yo, Abs, what are you saying?
Yeah, I think it's like you said. The expectations at the beginning were obviously, you know, there wasn't much expectations. I think the problem is it's where it's kind of changed, and we put ourselves in a good position. And what ultimately comes down to, we've laid the foundations. We've got a young squad, 23 and younger, the majority of the players, except for obviously Partey and Xhaka being, some of the exceptions. But now is the point where we've got the foundations ready. Now, like Sam said, we need to start getting those experienced world-class players, even if it means one world-class player and other players that are experienced. And this is why, and I won't go on for too long, this is why I kept on saying about Lautaro Martinez. He's 24, but he's a winner. He's experienced. And for me, everyone bangs on about Darwin Núñez. The Portuguese league isn't the same as, I know his Serie A isn't great, but we saw Lautaro Martinez go to Anfield, score, win the game. And he didn't score just any goal. He whipped that goal. He went to the Camp Nou. He scored a brilliant goal. So for me, let's build on that. We've got the foundations. Let's get some more experience in. And again, I'm not Arteta in or out, but if we aren't where we need to be by the end of next season, yeah, he needs to go, man.
There's no pressure. There was no pressure on him this season, but next season there's going to be massive pressure on him.
Absolutely, I think absolutely, and I think for me, if I'm going to rate our season out of 10, I'm going to say 7, only because where we started off and what we expected with the competition around us, and I bang this drum again. You've got Klopp, you've got Conte, you've got Tuchel, and you've got Pep. Those are the managers that finished above Arteta, and it's Arteta's first footballing managerial role. But at the same time, we put ourselves in a good position, and our inexperience cost us. So, as frustrating as it is, I think we're kind of where we should be. So I think, yeah, Spurs, like you said, and the other teams have been better.
Okay, go ahead. What are you saying, Ben?
I just want to say congratulations to Tottenham for getting their finishing above Arsenal trophy. Obviously, they don't get any other trophies, so it doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter whether they're in the Champions League next season or not. They won't win a trophy, so it doesn't matter. You know, we finished above Man U. That's quite happy because I live up in the north, so I have a lot of Man U fans. Although I know you probably get them in London as well. So I'm happy with that.
I was gonna say, Ben, we've got.
You know how ironic it is. You literally just made fun of them for finishing above us and celebrating it. Then you go on to celebrate Manchester United finishing below us.
Well, you know, that's
football logic sometimes.
Exactly. I'll be shameless about it. I don't
But
mind.
Ben,
about
what
that.
you said about London and Man United fans, that's why I say to them, I say to them, when you go to Old Trafford, it's like an away game for you anyway, because there's nowhere near your home.
The great thing is, Man City won the league. Tottenham qualified for top 4, but everybody's just talking about Arsenal, Man United. Chelsea just messed up their position in third, literally dropped all these points and didn't even drop off from third this whole season. It just shows you how poor everybody's been, and like we just couldn't capitalize on it. It's poor.
Let's be honest, Chelsea might not even be here next season. They might have, do you know what I mean? They've got lots of problems this season. So, you know, and I'm pretty sure most of their fans are going to be Newcastle fans next season anyway. So
you took the words out of my mouth, mate. It's like that Homer Simpson meme when Homer Simpson disappears into the hedge wearing a Chelsea shirt and he comes out wearing a Newcastle one.
One of my in-laws was born in Newcastle, but he's a Chelsea fan. I'm like, what are you gonna do if Chelsea go down? He's like, I'll become a Newcastle fan. I'm like, I knew that. I put the link in there, bro. GGTV for you if you want to jump on. Go ahead, bro. What are you saying? I'm gonna get destroyed tonight on friggin' midnight. What's it called? Vibes from the 6. These guys are gonna come after me like crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to go? Or
take your say.
Like I was saying, I think a bit like most of the panels, I think if I had to rate this season, maybe 6.57. I would have given it a 7 if we had obviously made top 4, but because the disappointment of that, I can't give it a 7. I've got to give it a 6.5 or a 6. Like I said, like the brother said, I think there'll be massive pressure on Arteta next season now. He has to win a trophy, either finish top 4 or win the Europa League. That's his target. If we finish 5th again next season, especially the Kroenke saying they're going to back Arteta with 200 million, there's absolutely no choice. So yeah, the massive pressure on him as well. And one thing I wanted to say, it's not like we're Arteta in or Arteta out. We want what's best for Arsenal. I just don't get this polarization. If Arteta doesn't get result, he goes. It's not like he's an Arsenal legend. Even if it was Patrick Vieira that was Arsenal manager and he had bad results, I won't want him gone. So I don't get this. So everyone thinks because I more or less Arteta in, that I want him in no matter what. No, I just don't get this polarization sometimes.
You know what it is? I think you're not used to the whole polarization of football fandom and just YouTube in general. Like if you say anything negative, you'll be put as Arteta out, and if you say anything positive, you put as Arteta in. You can't then be objective and say everything. And also, you can't defend Arsenal when they're doing bad and be not considered an optimistic or positive fan. It's just basically you can't big up the club when they're doing bad, and you can't overgas when they're doing good. You have to be somewhere in the middle, or else you're a sensational fan.
I think that's the problem with modern football. You need to be in a box. You have to be in this box where you're either Arteta in or Arteta out. And that's the problem with that is people see like almost Arteta like it's almost like a metaphor where he like symbolizes something where people are emotionally attached to it. But at the end of the day, you can be pragmatic and just want what's best for Arsenal. And that's all we want.
Exactly.
You know what I just seen? Guys, I just seen an article come out on OneFootball, and I have notifications on my phone. They said why you should be proud of finishing 5th. Now that to me,
no.
Proud of finishing 5th. Nobody's proud of finishing 5th. It's just we know where we are at the moment, and we know this progression. That's not pride.
Yeah, I don't think we're proud of it.
Honestly, stuff like this gives us a bad rap because they make an article and then they think, oh, Arsenal fans are proud of finishing fifth.
But don't you think that could be astroturfing? No, but I think it's I think it could be astroturfing, whereby they put a deliberate provocative article to enrage the fans, to engage engagement.
That's it.
That's what I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And we fought for it again. I think it's astroturfing.
Every loss, right? Or every time we're on a downer, why is there always a story about Saliba?
Yes.
William Saliba. There's always a story about him. If we're doing good, he's coming back and he's really happy to come back. If we lose, apparently he always comes out with something that he wants to stop in Marseille. And that's what it is. It's because apparently we're still a small club. But that's such a small club, then now I do need to keep writing stories about us because that's where obviously whatever you call it, clickbait or whatever it is. So that's what it's all about. We're still a big club, and people just don't like the fact that
the way I look at it is, and Egal knows me because my main platform is TikTok, but the way I look at it is, as an Arsenal fan, and I'd like to say most Arsenal fans on this, the only team I'm focusing on is Arsenal. Whereas Man United fans, Spurs fans, and for whatever reason, Chelsea fans like to kind of come back to us. Because look, we're the third biggest club in England. Yeah, that's it. We just live rent-free in their heads. Whereas Liverpool fans, they don't really talk about Arsenal. Man City fans don't talk about Arsenal. But for whatever reason, no matter what's going on, like United fans, it's just like, focus on your own club. I know you need to go on the M25 to get to Old Trafford because you're from London, but focus on your own club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, let's talk about it because we can't avoid it. Let's talk about the pain of missing out and getting.
Guys, I have to shoot off. But thanks again for having me, Miguel. Much appreciated.
Have a good one. Have a good one, man. Honestly, I've dragged on this video a lot longer than I expected, but it's the last one of the season. So what do you guys expect, right? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I've seen this. We qualified for the Europa League. Missed out on the Champions League. Let's talk about it. How are you guys feeling?
Gutted. Gutted. We had it in our hands. It was all in our hands. Everything was going away. The way we were playing after we beat Leicester 2-0. The way we beat Aston Villa 1-0 at the Villa Park, I thought it was done. But we just injuries and we collapsed. Lack of depth killed us in the end of the day. Not signing anyone in January. Spurs signed Kulusevski and Bentancur in January. That was the difference between 2 points. We signed no one. January was the difference.
Man said, "Where's Husam? He's gone AWOL." You know what? The thing about me is I don't hide after a loss. But hey, if Liverpool fans are hiding, it's crazy. They can still win the Champions League. I don't know why he's hiding. Anyways, I don't think he's hiding. I think he's just he's doing his YouTube. But yo, guys, I think we have unfinished business in the Europa League. What do you think?
Yep, so we'll have to win it.
Yeah.
We've been down this road before. The first heartache was, and I don't know if some of you remember, but Galatasaray when we lost on pens, and it just seems it's like the one thing that evades us, no matter where we go. Like if we're in the Europa, Champions League, and you're gonna call me crazy in a way, I just rather not even be in Europa League because it's gonna sound like a real kind of pessimist, but we never win it. And the thing is, I don't know, man. The Champions League. I know, we wouldn't win the Champions League, but it's the players that we attract, and we don't have to play these nonsense games where we're playing against like Bulgarian bus drivers or driving down to Azerbaijan and stuff like that. It's just like it makes our players tired. We have to play on Saturday or Sunday, and it's just I don't know, man. I think for me, if we either got to win it or there's just no point being in it.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Do you know what? I actually like the Europa League. I know people are going to think I'm a bit. Obviously, we prefer to be in the Champions League. But do you know when? I'm not I don't go to them. I've been to a few matches before in the past, but I don't go to some of the see the youth team. When we get European League, we get to see some of these younger players, and I actually think it could do with like players like your Tavares, your Lokongas, your Patiños, because a lot of problems is when we bring in as reserves in, or backups, it takes them a couple of days just to get good, and they're coming in cold. So the Europa League, they do well in that. They
can also,
it could help us in the Premier League.
My issue with the Europa League.
Can I just say one thing? It's the predicted 11, right? If things go well somewhere, where does this team finish?
I can't hear. You're gonna have to read it out.
There. Where does the team finish next season? Fully fit.
Who's the
Osimhen, Nunes in midfield, fully fit Tini, fully fit Partey.
Who's that next to? Who's that in holding midfield with Partey?
Nunes from Sporting.
It's hard to say where that's going to end up because they're not going to be the trick with the Premier League is keeping your players fit and your backup players. You know, the Invincibles. We all know who the best the Invincibles were, but it was the backups. It was the people that come on after. You know, your Wiltods and stuff like that. That helped us win that competition. You know, do the Invincibles season. You know, your backup players are just as important as your main players.
Let Ozzy Gunnar go because my guy, very passionate Gunnar. Big up Arteta's out's back. Ozzy Gunnar, chat to me, bro. Tell me, what do you feel about Arsenal's end to the season and Mikel Arteta and anything else?
Well, to be honest, with the squad that we had, we were overachieving. It's not good to say that. I don't want to say that we overachieve and this and that, but with the squad that we had, it was slim pickings. It got thinner as the season continued. And sitting in fourth place was an overachievement with that squad, as thin as it was, to be perfectly honest. Not happy we missed out on Champions League, but to be honest, I'm not a big guy when it comes to European football. I'm the kind of guy who wants to win the Premier League. For me, the biggest competition in the world is the Premier League. So missing out on Champions League, yes, closes doors for us. But in my books, it's like, well, it's too bad, so sad. We have to move on. We have to pick ourselves up and we have to start building a squad that's going to compete in the Premier League and then hopefully one day go and compete in the Champions League. I mean, we are in Europa now, a competition that might be more suited to sort of the quality that we've got at the present time without any sort of new signings.
Boom, that was very short today. But yo, big up G4, what are you saying?
Yo, what going, man?
Long time, man. Hope you're well, man. I remember you.
Yeah, man.
You doing well?
Yeah, man. I'm good. I've got a little bit of echo in my ear.
Oh, you're probably watching it still. Are you still watching it?
Oh, yeah, I am. Hold on. Let me get rid of that.
Yeah. All right, do that. While you're doing that, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. We've been going for an hour and a half almost, and we're still going. So Ben and Abs, if you guys want to drop off, you can drop off. It's up to you guys. If you have other stuff to do, don't expect you guys to do the whole time. But really do appreciate you guys coming on. You can stay if you want, obviously. No worries, bro. Big up Ben. Big up Ben.
Yeah, Abs, we drop off now. But yeah, thanks for having me on. But hopefully. One more season and we're back in the promised land, man. Hopefully, if that means us winning the Europa to get there, then so be it, man.
There you go.
Cross it all up, man. Cross it all up.
Go ahead, GGTV for you. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man. You know what? I agree with Ozzy Gunnar what he said. I mean, we definitely was overachieving. I mean, considering the way we started the season was woeful. The squad we had, loads of circumstances, but yeah. To finish where we finished, obviously it's not an achievement, but at the same time, I think we got to be grateful for what we got, you know, because like nothing's promised to no one. We shouldn't be like. There's too many people think that it's a given, you know. We should just get it because we're Arsenal. You know, we're not the same Arsenal from like 10 or 20 years ago, and nothing's promised to us. We have to earn it. And I think if we wouldn't have had those so many losses in injuries and stuff like that, we'd be having a different conversation right about now. So with the squad that we got, I think we're overachieving. And you know, it's hard to say. It pains me to say it as well, but we were. And to finish where we finished, I think we should be kind of grateful for small blessings. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of a blessing. And it is a bittersweet, you know. We could have finished top 4, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Now we just have to just pull our socks up and go out there in Europe and see what we can do. And hopefully we'll have a decent window. I think we will have a decent window, to be honest with you, because Arteta has cleared a lot of deadwood off the squad. He's got a lot of wages a lot of money off the wage bill. And I think it's like a game of snooker. He's setting balls up, you know. Sometimes it's not always about potting that ball right away. It's like you got to set things up for later. You got to make moves now for tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do that. And I think he's done that. I think he's done well in that sense. And I think he's got rid of a lot of bad eggs in the squad. I do believe there was people in the squad who were remember there was people leaking and there was people sitting at home playing Fortnite. Do you know what I mean? So he got rid of a lot of bad heads in the squad, and I like that. I like the way he's moving. I mean, how many times did we sit there, right, as Arsenal fans when Arsene Wenger was in charge, and we would need a centre back or we would need a left back, and this man is buying a striker. Or if we needed a striker, he'd buy a keeper. If we needed a keeper, he'd buy a freaking centre mid. Do you know what I mean? And not even good ones neither. Like sometimes they were like kind of mediocre ones, you know.
Philip Sendros.
So, yeah. listen. The list is like yay high. But I like the way that he's gone into. I don't even need this. Oh yeah, dude. I like the way he's gone into the squad and he's coming to the squad and he's building from the back up, which is like what you should do. And everyone's got a problem with him because there's a certain YouTuber who didn't get his autobiography signed because wouldn't do his window down and he wouldn't sign his autobiography. And so now he hates him and loads of his followers hate him and there's all this Arteta out business. It is what it is. But I think if you're gonna hate someone, hate him because you hate him. Don't follow the crowd, innit? Hate because you want to hate him. But it brings me on to Jurgen Klopp, like when he was at Liverpool when he first started there, everybody hated him. Everybody wanted him out. He went in there with his philosophy. He got rid of Deadwood, Mamadou, Saka and Skirtle and Benteke. He got rid of all these players that weren't any good and brought his players in. I think he helped Roberto Firmino as well. Roberto Firmino wasn't really scoring, but he kind of helped put his arm around him and helped him in a way. And at the same time, he did have some quality there in the likes of Philip Coutinho and Emre Chans and Daniel Sturridge's and stuff like this. So he had something to work off, but he did have to get rid of a lot of dead wood. And now look at him. Look at him now, man. Do you know what I mean? If you'd have asked Liverpool fans when he first turned up, would you keep him another 2 or 3 years? They'd have told you, get lost. Do you know what I mean? They would have got rid of him straight there and then. Sometimes you just got to give people time and see. It's like a flower. You got to nurture it, watch it grow. Do you know what I mean? And I understand people want results straight away, and I'm not trying to make excuses for Arteta or anything, but I just think since he's been in there, he's done the fundamentals well. You know, he's building the squad up. He's changing the ethos of the club. He's got rid of bad eggs, and I just think he's doing steps now that you're going to see later. And we just, as fans, we need to sort of keep that in mind and stop all this this privileged mentality. Sometimes I hear some people and I think you sound like a privileged person, like you're like spoiled. Do you know what I mean? You sound like some spoiled children. You can't be spoiled, man. You got to earn it. You got to wait for it. Your time will come. You know, and it's in anything: football, boxing, cricket, freaking baseball, whatever. Your time will come. You need to work at it. You know, sometimes it just needs to happen when it happens. But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the summer window. And yeah, already we're making way better moves with what's he called, Hickey. He's joining as well, and I like that. I like the fact that already I'm seeing signs of progression. You know, getting Hickey in already for me is steps in the right direction. That's my opinion anyway.
Boom.
Egal, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. That was very passionate.
I'm going to come in on that one too later.
I just say the love and protection Arteta gets it's so weird to me. You're talking about a guy who is basically had all his good time at Everton and did probably wonders for Everton. This guy was an average player when he was at Arsenal. Let's just get that out of the way. He's coming to Arsenal, finished 8th. He took Arsenal from 5th to 8th to 8th, back to 5th. The money this guy has spent, I'm hearing it was up to 350 million to 400 million. If Arsene Wenger got that budget, we'd be comfortably challenging Manchester City and Liverpool for the title. This guy never got backed. I don't think he's ever been backed, Arsene Wenger. But Arteta gets this protection because he's a young manager, it's a young squad. He made it into a young squad. Was the squad young when he took over? I don't think it was. You probably had a few young players.
We had some deadwood as well. We had older players.
Yeah,
you know what?
Some deadwood as well.
The players that we
But
had left weren't the best.
when people call someone like Aubameyang deadwood, this guy scored
that's
22 goals. Huh?
That's poor
became
form. So
deadwood,
Aubameyang's
though.
dead.
He became
No, so that was. Can I just real quick? I'll jump in on that. The Aubameyang move. I think getting rid of Aubameyang weakened us and maybe cost us here. That's my point. And I honestly, we got rid of Aubameyang. Sorry to cut you off, Arteta out. Sorry, but we got rid of Arteta. Arteta. We got rid of Aubameyang, right?
Yeah.
Now I know he wasn't doing the best, and I was calling for him to be on the bench. But you don't get rid of a goal scorer when you've only got Nketiah and Lacazette to replace him with if you're not planning on going in and actually replacing. Sorry?
He agrees with you, I think.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Getting
Like,
rid of
I found
Aubameyang's
that wrong, you know?
Yeah, get rid of Aubameyang's fine. Although I would not got rid of him because I still think he's got quality. Okay, get rid of him. That's fine. Yeah, we're not even gonna talk about it because that's already gone. Replacing him is the issue. You didn't replace him. You didn't. We were chasing Vlahovic. I think those rumors were bullshit. To be honest, I don't think we were ever in for him. And even if we were in for him, why are you in for one striker? If Vlahovic chose Juventus, and you clearly know if Juve are coming for a player and Arsenal are going for it, you know we're losing out to it. Juve are a bigger club than Arsenal. So, and clearly Vlahovic will probably prefer Juventus. It's Italy and all of that. So get rid of someone like Aubameyang and not replacing him. And in the January transfer window, we didn't sign anyone. We signed some American Donny. Like, what's he going to do? I don't even know his name. Like, what's he gonna do?
Centre back? Was he a centre back?
Austin Trusty.
Yeah,
Trusty.
Yeah,
and the keeper as well.
Like that. I deleted him as soon as I saw him on my career mode. I got rid of him. So what I'm trying to say is Arteta gets so much protection, and I want Arteta to do well. I want him to do well. I'd prefer Arteta over like an elite manager if it meant Arteta like won us Premier Leagues, like Champions Leagues. If you told me a world-class manager or Arteta, I'll be like Arteta, a former player, and the story would just be there and it would be brilliant. But this guy and the lack of man management and the fact that he can't change a game. This guy's got one game plan. And if that game plan doesn't work, it's over. I saw a stat. When we go behind, we cannot win. And I think that was once this season where I think we were 1-0 down to Wolves. Pepe came on the 82nd minute, scored and made it 2-1. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it because the stats just tell me something else. Apart from that, I couldn't believe it. Sorry.
Sorry. Is that music? Please make sure there's no music playing. I don't want to get a copyright strike.
No.
And then when it comes to, I feel like the problem everyone does, bro, they underestimate Arsenal's improvements this season and overestimate the potential improvements of other clubs to say next year is going to be difficult. And this year,
I think next year it just gets harder, bro.
I
Because
get
Man United are coming back again.
Let me finish. I
If
agree.
we sign up.
I agree it's going to be harder next year. It always is harder. But my thing is, let's not overestimate the potential improvements Ten Hag, Conte, and these guys are going to make and then at the same time undermine the potential improvements that we could make. We don't know. All we know is everyone's going to try to improve as much as they can. Realistically, I feel like one side of the portion is being showed and the other side is ignoring the other side. So I'm trying to be subjective here. The people who want Arteta out are saying next season is going to be difficult. Every other team's going to be better than us and we're going to be shit. And the other side is saying, you know what? Manchester United is still struggling. Tottenham's still going to struggle. Chelsea's going to struggle. I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. We're going to see improvements from everybody. And we're also going to see people still struggling in certain things that they've struggled with this season. The issue is what is Arsenal going to do? Are we going to put all our eggs in the Europa League? And if we don't get the Europa League, it's a failure? Or are we going to try to improve in the league also? Because I want to go for both. I think we should be going for both.
Yeah. I agree. But there's one thing I wanted to say. You see, with that situation with the window, right? We were going for Vlahovic, right? And we couldn't sign him because Juve. And obviously the agent was carrying on with some silliness where he was stalling and he was dragging his sales. But I think the game plan of the agent was very good because remember, Juve was struggling financially and they had to get someone out the door, which was Lukaku. I think Lautaro Martinez was meant to go, but in the end, it ended up being Lukaku. He paved the way for Vlahovic to go there and obviously freed up the funds. And if Vlahovic didn't get, if they didn't sell Lukaku to Chelsea for that dollar and make them funds, then they wouldn't have been able to bring Vlahovic in. So therefore, he would have ended up at Arsenal.
Lukaku was at Inter.
Wait.
Lukaku was at Inter.
Look. Oh wait, am I talking about
Lukaku was at Inter with Alexis Sanchez.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah,
Inter went broke, and that's why Conte left. Because I'm out of here. You're broke.
Yeah. But Juve was struggling as well, wasn't they? I'm sure Juve was struggling.
The lack of funds
financially, they brought.
They were making deals too. They were making funny deals with the player too. You're right. They were struggling to make the funds.
They were struggling. I got the wrong Italian club, but they were struggling financially. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me. But yeah, they were struggling financially, and I reckon the agent was just playing silly buggers. He was trying to see if they would make the cash, and then once they made the cash and bought him, and if they didn't buy him, we probably would have ended up at Arsenal. So I think it's like swings and roundabouts on that situation. But also, I want to say this: on one hand, I wanted us to strengthen. Obviously, I wanted us to strengthen in January. But if there's no one there for us to bring in, no one decent, then I'd rather wait till this window and spend the money on some
decent players, though.
Or someone who we can bring in decent instead of just going and doing a rash last minute, like bringing in was it like Morata or someone like this, and just buying someone just for giggles, you know what I mean, and see what you can do instead of going getting quality. Do you understand what I'm saying?
The loan thing would have been nice. I would have liked to have seen a loan. You know what I mean? Maybe a loan of some sort. You know, a loan wouldn't have been a big deal. I think. To be honest, I honestly think we run short on cash because I honestly believe that the total that Mikel Arteta had in that win, this season was about 180, 190. He spent a fair bit of money on a lot of decent players. Look, Takehiro's a decent player. Odegaard's fair. Gabriel, we got some decent players. Ramsdale, we got some decent players. But it's a fair bit of money. We stretched it out. We had 48, 49 in change left, and we were trying to make deals for a player to try to hand in Torreira. It wasn't going to work. I think we should have been looking at a loan move to see if we could just add a little bit more.
Wijnaldum would have been a decent.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He would be perfect.
Let me bring in my guy Gunnar T. Gunnar T. Gunnar T, what you saying, man? Gunnar T, you there? Hello?
Yeah.
You're watching it in the background. Is that you, Gunnar T? Just turn it off. Whatever you're watching in the background. I think it's the stream. Just mute it.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to give my perspective on things.
Go ahead,
I
bro.
sort of agree with what the guy before was saying. That I don't know. I feel like Arteta's been given a lot of leeway when you consider he spent like almost £250 million. Obviously, he's a young manager, and we knew there was going to be bumps in the road. But it's just, I'm not sure. It's not. I don't think it's good enough for us to be accepting this. You know, like I want Arsenal to do well, but at the same time, and I want Arteta to be given the chance. But like, come on, like 2 consecutive seasons of 8th place, and then to go back to 5th where Emery took us, and he didn't have anywhere near the money Arteta has been afforded. It's, you know, we got to think about the standards of this club and where we're going. You know, because it's becoming acceptable for Arsenal to, like, we're celebrating 5th place. You know,
no, we're not celebrating it. We're not. There's no one celebrating it.
Not celebrating. Not celebrating 5th place, but there's people like
accepting it.
accepting
just
it.
accepting it.
No, okay, in my opinion, I have not seen anybody saying, "Yeah, we're in the Europa League." Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Nobody's doing
But
that.
The streamers around.
when it comes to people making excuses and saying,
Yeah.
"You know what? Yeah, this is a good position to be in. This is where I expected us to be in." Of course, I'm hearing people say that because a large portion of the fan base did not expect us to be in the Champions League this season. A large portion of the fan base, even the ones that don't back them, the manager, have said if Arsenal can get into a challenge for top 4 and finish 5th, might be progression on where we were last year.
Yeah,
and if you want to say
I said 6.
and if you want to say Arteta is the reason why we have such low expectations, that is a fair point. You can say 100% a fair point. The reason why we have low expectations is because we have failed the last 2 seasons in getting higher up the league, hence why the expectations have now dropped 100%. But at the same time, if your expectations are to get into Europa League and you get into the Europa League, but you have an opportunity to get top 4 and you don't get top 4, you've reached your expectations for the season. And that is a valid point you can bring up. I don't feel like nobody's overly excited that we're in the Europa League. It's a missed opportunity. It's a disappointment. But at the grand scheme of things, when you look at the beginning of the season and you analyze things fairly, such as the club do, they don't view it as a disappointment. They view it as, you know what, we go again next season. It is disappointing that we didn't get it, but it's not a failure to them, as it would be to a certain set of fans. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. The expectation for the fans changed.
I think Arsenal not qualifying for the Champions League in any season is a failure, because that should.
You want to know something? I'm not looking at it from an Arsenal perspective. I'm looking at it from a business perspective, from the club. And
the club had no targets. They had no targets.
The club clearly had a target, bro.
They didn't. They were asked. They were asked on.
Edu was asked.
Big Sky Sports.
Edu was asked, and Edu stated.
Edu was asked, and Arteta was asked, and they said we want to go game by game, because their expectation was Conference League, and now that we got Europa League, they're spinning it, saying, "Oh, we've overachieved now."
No. I think
who would think that this squad would get
the club's
this squad is good enough for Champions League. The manager brings it down.
The squad's definitely good enough. At the start of the season.
Let me stop you guys right there.
This squad is the 4th best squad in the Premier League, and no one can change that.
No, the club's expectations. First of all, the club's expectations were visible, because if their expectations were to get back into the Champions League, they would have made something or some sort of moves in the January window to bolster the attack to get us over the line. The fact that they were complacent showed me that their expectations were to get back into Europe. Also, David Ornstein, who is a voice for the club, has said on numerous occasions the expectations of the club was to get back into Europe. So yes, the expectations were to get back into Europe. So minimum Conference League, or Arteta would have been sacked. If we got 8th again, he would have been sacked. So anything.
Now look at the timing of Arteta's new contract announcement. They announced it.
Once we secured a top 6 finish, because that's what this squad is, they were happy with that. Now I agree. I think everyone here can agree that top 6 isn't what we all want, right? I think we can all agree that, and I think we're all saying the same thing. Where we're saying the club need to show some more ambition, and not just go for top 4, top 5, top 5. Our ambition should be, we're challenging. Now, I know that's what we all want, but what Egal's saying, he's got a fact. It's a fact. Sorry to cut you off, but it's a fact that the club is being run more like a business. So they want to make really small steps. They could make big steps, but they're not moving that way. Should we accept it? Hell no. Should we demand more? We should.
Yeah. But most fans do. Most Arsenal fans accept it, and that's the reason why Arteta's safe. Arteta could be binned off if our fans were actually serious and were like, you know what? Fuck this. Let's actually get a proper manager in. This guy should have been. I can name several occasions where this guy should have been sacked. When we lost 3-0 to Aston Villa at home, this guy should have been binned off then. When we lost to Villarreal, the former manager coming to our ground and kicking us out. When he lost 5-0 to Manchester City, even you were Arteta out then.
You can't say that at a certain point in the season you weren't thinking this team was going to get top 4, and now that we've got.
I was one of the Arsenal fans that said at the start of the season, this squad is good enough to make Champions League. The manager.
Yeah, me too.
I literally said that.
That is fair. That is fair. Now let me just say
I thought the squad was good enough to make top 4.
I don't think you're wrong.
It's not ridiculous.
I definitely do think Mikel Arteta has cost us points this season. I also think the players have cost us points this season. And all I'm saying is Tottenham got fourth. The reason why they got fourth for me over us, you could say Antonio Conte. You could say whatever you want. The difference for me was the January window, and also the fact that they have two gunmen in Kane and Son. Kane last year won the Golden Boot. This season, Son won the Golden Boot. Arsenal don't have nobody of that quality. You can say we got rid of Aubameyang that was of that quality, but he's nowhere of that quality. Mid-season, Conte came in and still got fourth with Spurs, and they have no midfield.
Egal, can I say something? Please?
This season for Arsenal has been a disappointment. But the reason why it's been a disappointment is because we put ourselves in a situation to get more than, I think top four would have been overachievement for this club. I think top four would have been a good season. This right now is an average season. I think this season
this season is a failure.
Wait, let me say something. We almost got top four with Eddie Nketiah up top and Mohamed Elneny in the midfield. Get a quality striker in there, like a Victor Osimhen, a world-class striker who can get over 15 goals a season. A player, a provider, more depth in the squad. Look how bad we were this season. The bad players we had. We almost got over the line. So
that's what I'm saying.
And if he got us over the line, I would be sitting there giving him credit. Because if you get Champions League with Eddie Nketiah up front, Mohamed Elneny in midfield, you got to praise that. But he didn't.
But look what he got. Look where he is with that. Look where he is with that.
Sixth.
Come on.
Sixth.
Fifth with Elneny.
No. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you guys?
And Eddie. Come on.
Wouldn't you guys agree
That's
that
worked a miracle.
Wouldn't you guys agree?
Eddie Nketiah was his first choice striker at the start.
No. I've had enough of this bullshit, right? Stop going Arteta in. He's gonna be manager. What you voicing your opinion ain't gonna change the fact he's gonna be here this next season. He's gonna be our coach next season. The club will invest this season. We're gonna get better. So there's no point in that.
Bro, this whole thing of we're getting better is such bullshit. Honestly.
I've been Arteta in since January.
No, we're
not.
The proof is in the pudding, though. The proof is in the pudding.
We're gonna know when the transfer window opens, and we see how busy we are. Buying squad players. Okay, guys that are going to be on the bench are great, but we need 4 players in the starting line, and I'm not joking. If you want to be serious and you want to play some football, we need 4 players in that starting line, right? So if we're going to do business and we're going to do real business, we got to get into that transfer window early. Stop mucking about, dilly-dallying, right? Oh, this guy was too hard to get, or that guy was too hard to get. Get in, get the job done early, get a preseason in, and take the season seriously. If we don't do that, then we all know where we stand next season.
But it looks like he's doing that with Hickey. It looks like they're doing that.
Hickey's a sub. I want to see starter.
Do you trust Arteta in the transfer window?
Better isn't enough. Tottenham will get better too. Also, you have United invested. Did they get better? It took Conte 4 months to overtake Arteta's 4-year project. It's not 4 years. Why are we adding years? It's literally 2.5. But we're now saying 4 years. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I think we've gone through a lot, but I'm just gonna say this: it's what's happened. The season's over. In my opinion, it is a disappointment, but there has been progress. You can say both at the same time. Do you guys disagree?
I agree.
There's been progress.
Okay. Arteta out. Can you say there has been progress, but it's been a disappointment? Can we compromise?
Yeah, that's on the nail on the head. That's the nail on the head.
I can just say every season now, we're only going to get better every season. Next season, we're going to be way better than we were this season. Only Liverpool and Man City have won more games than us this season, so there is more sight, but there's still room.
How many games have we lost? How many games have we lost?
13.
That's 12, but there was 8 points better off from last season.
So your point doesn't mean
what?
We lost 13 games.
13 games.
13 games.
All I'm asking, bro, it's weird.
You chose to have Eddie Nketiah up top.
I'm gonna call you M. Yo, M.
Yeah,
let me just say this. It's been a disappointing season. Yeah, you agree there.
Yeah. No, it's been a failure of a season.
Okay, so
we let Tottenham finish above us, and everyone seems happy.
It's a failure of a season. It's a failure of a season, but you've seen some progress. Am I wrong?
Some progress.
Okay.
The only progress.
Can I just say something to that comment you just said? Something like you said that Tottenham finished above us.
Who cares?
But look at who we finished above. Man United. And look who they got in their squad.
But why do we care about Man United though?
Yeah, but why do we
Look
care
who
about
they've
Tottenham?
got. They've got Cristiano Ronaldo in the squad. They've got Bruno Fernandes. They got
Yeah, but they don't play as a team. They've not been
their
a good.
squad.
They've not been a good
but
cohesive team for quite a while. Man United.
But see, the reason why they're not playing as a team is because they don't have someone gelling them together. That person who's gelling this dry ass team that we got is Arteta, whether you like it or not. He's the glue.
Can I say something?
He might not be the best manager in the world, but he's got some good in him. Some of his things he's doing is working, keeping the team cohesive.
I don't think
you look at these players, right? None of these.
The proof's there. The proof's there.
Next season's going to be even more difficult.
When Emery was there, right? When Emery was there, he's not supportive. Like that's why he lost. That's why you sacked. Mikel Arteta is finished, and all these players are behind him. All the players in the squad are fully behind him. So why change something that the players are happy about, the dressing room's happy about? The dressing room isn't a mess like United. And right now, I don't think we need change. We need to see progress.
He chose to have young players. This guy can't control any big ego that walks in that dressing room. Let's see who Arteta signs this summer. Because I'm telling you, if let's say he signs Dybala, someone that's well known, who's a big figure in football, he won't be able to control Dybala. No way. I don't see it.
Wait and see.
Huh?
We have to wait and see.
We can wait and see. I could predict that now. Say we get Dybala, he will fall out with Dybala. The only reason he hasn't fallen out with Lacazette this season is because Lacazette's on his way out. If Lacazette was here for another 2 years, they probably would have fallen out.
So let me ask you.
Half the time, Lacazette doesn't even listen to this manager's instructions.
I have no problem with people having issues with the manager and the way that you articulate yourself.
He's the reason why we're in this position. He's the reason why.
Very well, and the way you speak very well about the club. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I like the way that you speak. But when it comes to my opinion, I disagree with this one part of your opinion. I feel like you're speaking as if Arsenal have a divine right to be at a certain level and standard, and it's on this manager or it's on the fan base. I think it's on the owner. The owner is the reason why the standards have dropped. The owner is the reason why our
the owner sees how
still spent 250 million.
To this.
Nah, the Kroenke ain't spent nothing, man.
You're blaming
spent
fans.
250.
You're blaming fans.
Yeah, listen, we're self-sustaining club, aren't we? We self-run club, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That money's coming from Arsenal. That ain't coming from Kroenke.
1 second. You're blaming a manager and a fan base for an owner's issue. Like, this is an ownership issue. This is the owners of the club not showing ambition over the last couple of years. And this January window, we had an opportunity to show ambition. Mikel Arteta even came up on the stand, and when they asked him, how do you feel about January? Do you think you can sign a player? He said, I'm always optimistic. Then at the end, when we didn't get a player, he covered Edu's back. I get it. Arteta's frustrating to back because he makes things that are contradicting himself. I genuinely believe he wanted a January signing. He wanted either a midfielder or a striker. We couldn't get them. It fucked us for the rest of the season.
He was asked the other day, Egal. He was asked the other day, do you regret not making any January signings? He said no.
He does. He does, but he can't. He can't come
lying then.
You know why he's not going to say anything? He hasn't got the clout.
You can't say that. You can't talk ill about your boss.
He's too small. See, guys, sorry to cut you guys all off. You see, Conte could say that. Rangnick can say that. Allegri can say that. This is his first job. So
exactly.
Now, because it's his first job, and feel me on this, I can blame Arteta for all the mistakes. Okay, I can blame him now for all his mistakes. But if I hire an apprentice to build me a cupboard, and he does a shit job, I hired him. So, end of the day, if our owners are ambitious, they go and get themselves the manager that they want to succeed. They hired him, knowing he's a novice. So when he comes out now, because he's a novice, he's a bit scared. Now, the owners know this, and they're turning him into the new Wenger. So whenever anything's wrong, the Kroenkes back me. No, the club always backs me. It doesn't matter, even if they don't. He can't say anything because he hasn't got, I've won Champions Leagues, I've won Premier League. If Arteta gets fired from Arsenal, not many people are going to be knocking on his door. So he knows this. So he has to keep his mouth shut. And the owners know this as well. So this is where it's a catch-22. It's a very, very smart move. It's chess. And they've done this on purpose. This is why the owners, no one talks about them because we're looking at the smoke screen, which is a puppet that's being pulled by strings by the Kroenkes. You know, he's a novice. We all know it. They know it, but they chose him.
Okay, if he's a novice and all this, why do people back him? I don't get it.
Don't ask me. They're saying it's not his fault. He's doing the best he can with the knowledge that he has. Do you know what I mean? So they're like, we can't really blame him for his inexperience, and you can't blame him for taking the job. I can't. You can, can anyone here blame him for taking a job like this? It's Arsenal Football Club. They come knocking on the door. You say, I'm here. So he's taken the job. He's been offered it.
He's lowered the standard. Most of the Arsenal fans have lowered the standard with him.
We lowered the standard. We lowered the standard when Arsene Wenger said top 4 is a trophy. Before Arteta. So Arsene Wenger came out and said top 4 is a trophy. That's when we lowered our standard.
No, but I'm just saying it's even gone worse.
Yeah, we're continuing on this path. And until the fans themselves come out and say, look, we want more, we need more, we demand more, right? At the stadium from the owners, you know what I mean? Then you're going to see more. But if we all sit here complacent, then there's nothing that's going to happen. And blaming a novice manager for being a novice, it's a bit, you know, do you feel what I'm saying, guys? This guy, he's a novice. Well, you know he's a novice, you know, like.
I get you.
I'm not Arteta in. I want Allegri.
Arsenal are not Crystal Palace. No disrespect. They're not Leeds. They're not a mid-table. We're not
Allegri is
Brighton.
going to be worse, right? You think it's our better team. No, wait, let me go. You want Allegri when his coaching style is out of date. You want him in the Premier League where he can't even get 70 points with Juventus when they're far better than us.
Yeah, Allegri doesn't play the Arsenal philosophy.
He's not a good manager. Have you watched the way
Here we go.
This guy, come on.
Arteta is up there with one of the worst.
So you're saying, you'll take a rookie over Allegri? Is that what
you
you're saying?
No, tell me why do you want Allegri? Tell me why.
Because I've seen Allegri. I've seen what Allegri can do on the pitch, and I know how he can set up a team. Also know he can manage, and he wouldn't weaken a team in a Premier League season. Okay, if I've got a squad, let me tell you one thing. You asked a question. You want me to answer? I'll answer. But if you talk over me, I can't answer. So why I want Allegri? Allegri is not going to go.
Coaching style has gone bad this season. The style football they played this season has been horrible. It's the lowest point tally in 10 years.
You asked me a question and you keep going. Can I finish answering the question?
Why Allegri shouldn't come to Arsenal?
Let him answer. Let him answer.
You want to keep talking? Go for it. Keep talking. I'll just sit here and listen.
Go on.
Oh, can I finish? Can I talk now? Thank you. Now listen, the reason why I want Allegri in, all right? The reason why I wanted Allegri in is because when I wanted Allegri in, Juventus was a powerhouse, and I still want Allegri in. I think Allegri needs a fresh start. Okay, he's been stuck at Juventus. He's gone. I think he needs a fresh start. The other thing I know about Allegri, okay, is that when a season starts, he's going to look at his squad. He's not going to weaken it. Look, I'm not going to talk about. I want to talk about a little bit about the players that we decided to let out on loan. And we could have used them now. I'm not saying they would have been phenomenal, but we could have used a bit of depth in the squad. Now, I'm not going to blame Arteta for being a novice and making the mistakes. These are the mistakes he's going to make. But someone like Allegri, someone like Conte, someone like any coach that's been around for a while knows not to leave his squad thin in a centre-back position. He knows not to leave his squad thin in a midfield position, right? We let Ainsley Maitland-Niles go on loan. I know he's not the best player, but he can do a job. That's all we had. We let Saliba go on loan. We never even tried him on the pitch. Off he goes. Guendouzi, okay, bad attitude. Bad attitude, maybe.
But he's better than Lokonga. You'd rather have him than Lokonga, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but he can't manage egos, though.
That's what I said. I literally said he can't manage egos.
Stop. I have to mention one thing. When it comes to us complaining about not having players in January, we can't be the same players then complaining that we're going to give Eddie or Mohamed Elneny contract extensions to have them as squad depths in and around the squad. Because if you're saying we lack squad depth and the same players who are in helping us get into this top 4 race, you want to flog off and get rid of for and not. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just asking.
I want to keep Elneny.
You want to keep them?
I want to keep Elneny. I don't want to keep Nketiah. I want to keep Elneny.
I agree.
I'll keep Elneny because I like him. I don't care.
He's good as a squad player, third or fourth.
I think he works hard.
All I'm asking is for consistency, because and some people are saying standards are on the floor.
Hey,
you know what?
Standards are on the floor. He's right. Standards are on the floor.
Who sets the standards? The standards are set by the ownership and the managers.
And the standards need to be risen by the fans.
The fans. You clearly have standards that are high. You as a fan, are you saying I don't have standards?
You do, bro. No one's saying that.
You do, Egal, but you're being. I don't know. I
think
you're just being brainwashed. I don't know, man.
Bro,
I feel like you're on one side, you're not on another side. You were Arteta out after 5-0 Man City. I watched your stream, bro. You were Arteta out. I was like, wow, Egal's actually, come to like, he's seen it. And then, bro, after when we got into top 4 after we beat West Ham, you were back in again. Like, I didn't get it. I just see
people like to change their minds, man. People like to change their minds. It's human nature.
People can change their minds. What's wrong with that?
Well, he could change his opinion once. That's not flip
when the goal's been achieved.
I agree with you.
Even when we win games, I'm still Arteta out. Even when we win games, I don't flip flop, bro.
Well, that's you. That's you.
When he changes
you.
opinion
Some
once.
people are stubborn like that. You know what I mean? Maybe you're a stubborn one, man.
When
if you want to be like
that, I'll just say that. I do give him credit
that's out of his
when
depth.
he wins. Because
I think overall we all want Arteta to do well because obviously he was a player here. He was a captain. He led us to some FA Cups, and obviously to bring through the young players like Saka and Smith Rowe is good to see. It shows some progression, but just through the course of this top 4, and I do understand what you guys meant about the transfer window and not keeping the squad thin. But I just feel tactically too he didn't see us through in this top 4 race. There were games like against Newcastle, Crystal Palace. They set up in a 4-3-3. They matched us up in the middle, and we couldn't really, deal with that in a good way.
He's out of his depth, innit? What do you expect? He shows he doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth.
Yeah. Hey, listen, for a man who's out of his depth, we finished 5th, man.
He wasn't good as
a man who's out of his depth.
He wasn't that good as a player. He was average.
We've been going for 2 hours. We've been going for 2 hours and 5 minutes. It's been a healthy
Can you say something before you go sign off? I want to say this thing as sign off. Whether you like it or not, he's going to be our manager next season. Whether you disagree or not, you have to accept
October, he'll be gone. My birthday's in October. On my birthday,
let's see if you're right.
How old you turning?
I want to write an apology then.
I'm 28 in 5 months. When it's my birthday, he'll be gone.
Wait, you want him to lose then?
You want to know something? Arteta out, bro.
I want a Mancini. I want Simeone Allegri.
Mancini, Simeone, Allegri. I mean, they'd be similar to Emery. Good short-term managers, but they don't have
my first choice.
Guys, let me have a conversation here with everybody here who is Arteta out or feels some sort of negative concept to the manager. I personally feel like there is mistakes that he makes. I feel like there's a lot of mistakes that he's made throughout the season that have cost us points. I feel like if we did have a better manager, maybe we would be in a better position. And we don't know guaranteed. We don't know guaranteed where we would finish over the last couple of years. But my thing is, I support Arsenal Football Club, and he is currently the manager. So I am not going to not be happy when we win games. I'm not going to not celebrate when we win games. I'm not going to waver on the support for the manager. After the first 3 games, I said, you know what? Mikel Arteta might not be the guy, and we might need to get him gone in order to improve. But he has to do a lot to turn me around. During the season, he got us into a top 4 battle. He turned me around. He got me believing that we could do something with him, and he got me believing that we could possibly win something with him in the near future. Now, this is where I lie with Mikel Arteta right now. If he is not the guy to get us major trophies and win us league titles or Champions Leagues or something like that in the future, this is what he is. He is the Brendan Rodgers before our club. He will need to be the guy who gets He needs to get our team to a certain level. Listen to what I'm saying before you cut in. I am not saying he is Brendan Rodgers. I am saying he is our version of a manager that is going to put us in the shop window for a top manager to see this project and be like, you know what? If I come in there, I could do something with that. And before he came in, we had a culture issue. We had players who were terrible. We had defenders who couldn't even defend. We had midfielders that were disgustingly bad. And we had an aging squad that was nowhere near competing. In a short time period, it's not all on him also. There's other people who've messed up also, but our recruitment has been bad. We've reset the project last year to start a rebuild this year in the summer. We brought in a lot of quality players. And right now, we need a centerpiece and a striker. We need some more midfield depth, and we need some squad depth to get ourselves back into that top 4 and competing again. But I do believe come January, even if he is sacked, we are better as a club now than we were at the beginning of Mikel Arteta's reign. And that is because of the improvements that we've made throughout this time. And it's not only because of him. Other things are external also. I'm not giving him all the credit, but I'm just saying if he even isn't the main guy to get us back to competing, he's going to be our Brendan Rodgers, and we are going to be put into a shop window to get a better manager. And if you want the manager out, the moment he leaves, if we do not go and get a top manager and we get a guy and we end up getting another Graham Potter or Eddie Howe, that's not going to be good enough for me.
The next move has to be big.
Graham Potter's
Can I drop something in real quick? Look at Everton. Look at Everton with the Ancelotti and the Rafa Benitez. Them man's almost got relegated, and their squad is, some might even say it's kind of on the even kill with ours. You know what I mean? And look at them. So I'm grateful for where we are because we could be them, and they wanted a better manager. And the man that like most would most of you agree that the managers that Everton have had, that the last 3 managers Everton's have had, are better than Arteta? Would you agree?
I think Everton's problems have been structural, though. It's not necessarily the manager or coaches. It's just the entire structure of the club is messed up. They spent like £500 million.
Hey, our structure of our club. Are you trying to tell me that ain't messed up?
No, but obviously, we are a bit messed. We're messed up too. But Everton are on a different level. They're on a completely different level.
So that's what I'm saying. If you're wishing for better managers went to Everton. Them man's almost got relegated, man. And we,
but I think Ancelotti, he finished 12th and 10th with Everton. So what do you mean?
No, guys, my point is,
you're complaining about 5th place, but you're trying to big up now. Ancelotti,
I'm not bigging it up. 5th is
I'm just gonna say, if we're gonna be grateful,
that's not good enough, mate. 5th is not good enough. Come on.
If we're gonna be grateful for 5th, then God help us.
I'm just saying it could be 12.
I think a lot of fans would have taken 5th, even 6th at the start of the season, but as the campaign progresses,
I think a lot of fans predicted
context matters. You know,
that's not my level, man. It's not progress.
It's not my level. It's not my level. It's not my level. It's not my level as well. But I'm just saying.
I grew up with Michael winning the titles, mate.
Oh, good for you then.
We've been moving mad for the last 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm just going to close it off here. Ozzy Gunnar, we know where you stand on this. Arteta out, guys, we know where you stand on this. Everybody, we know where we stand on this. All I was saying is, if we're going to complain that Mikel Arteta is a novice and he doesn't have experience and he's not a top manager, why are we then going to accept any manager to replace Arteta? That's all I'm saying.
I said Ancelotti.
I am not making fun of Graham Potter or Eddie Howe, but I feel like if you go from Arteta to Graham Potter and Eddie Howe, the same rhetoric that I'll be hearing about Arteta will be the same things that I hear about.
No one's saying get Eddie Howe, but Eddie Howe is a better manager than Arteta will ever be, and Graham Potter. What? I'm not saying I will want them anyway. Eddie Howe is better than Arteta and Graham Potter. Come on.
This
Eddie
is what
Howe
I'm saying. If you're talking about standards,
they're more experienced and like have.
I don't want Eddie Howe. I'm just saying Eddie Howe's a better manager than Arteta, and he's doing bits. He's been at Newcastle for 6 months, and he's doing bits. This guy's been here for almost 3 years, and we finished 8th.
Standards are different.
Come on,
standards are different for West Ham and Newcastle.
Newcastle will win the league in the next 3 years for me. They'll win the league in the next 3 years.
Of course they will. They look at the owners. They just got they got billionaire owners, man, just coming.
It's not even that. It's the owners.
People are just accepting mediocrity.
You want mediocrity. You just said Eddie Howe.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I said I want Mancini.
He never said Eddie Howe. He just said that Arteta's inferior to his manager. He never said that he wanted Eddie Howe.
Right? You have to get back.
Eddie Howe's a better manager than
Arteta. Wait. End of the day, Arteta's manager. We have to go to the summer window and improve our squad. End of the day, we need to improve our squad. The squad needs a lot of improvement. We need depth and we need improvement. That's what we need.
Guys, let me talk to you guys quickly about Osimhen, because there was links to Osimhen yesterday. Anybody want Victor Osimhen? Because in my opinion, I don't want Osimhen. I think
I want him. I don't want him, man.
I don't want Osimhen.
Big Vic is good, man. Come on.
He's got Pepe written all over him, man.
Yeah,
that Pepe stink is all over Osimhen for me. I'd pass.
Pepe ain't the worst player in the world, but you want someone who's a lot. You want if you're gonna sign. If we're gonna sign, I want to sign players that are proven.
I
don't want to gamble anymore. I don't have time for this shit anymore. I want to sign players that are proven. I had enough of guessing and chopping and changing.
There's
need
a
an
lack of
absolute
Guys,
proven player.
Guys, I'm gonna need everyone's silence here because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change it so we can do the transfer and just talk about stuff that's on here, the last portion of the video, because we're going way longer than I expected. Obviously, you don't want to look away if you're Arteta out. Arteta with his family. One second. The next thing, just let me do this, guys. Arteta spoke on Elneny, Eddie Nketiah's future. I'll speak to the three of them now or tomorrow, just to clear up what's going on. On Eddie Nketiah, he spoke about the potential of keeping Eddie Nketiah, but there is some things going on over there. What else did he speak about? Let's see. They spoke about Saliba on Instagram. He's reflecting on his loan at Marseille. I'm telling you guys, Saliba does not want to come back. It looks like I don't think
because of who, Egal? Because of who?
This is the manager's fault that Saliba doesn't. This is him.
I think Saliba, he has people in his ear that are in and around France and telling him stay in France.
Guendouzi.
It's a World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a World Cup.
Saliba and Guendouzi should be with us.
And I'm not gonna lie to you.
Saliba's better than Ben White and Holden. He's better than both of them for me.
Bro,
yeah, this is where I fear Arsenal kind of losing their philosophy a bit in recent years because we built our club around like young, talented players such as Guendouzi, Saliba in the past, and now we're just sort of letting them go. It's not the Arsenal way, in my opinion. It's not the Arsenal way.
Guys. This is better, right? Okay, yeah, this is much better. Just so we can keep it moving, I'm just gonna tell you guys this. Everyone, let me know. Saliba, I'm keeping him, but I'm think
Saliba, man.
I think this is what's gonna happen. I think Saliba is gonna come back to Arsenal, and if he does come back to Arsenal, his team might try to move him away from Arsenal, and I think his team and the people he has around him might want him out of Arsenal and try to keep him at Marseille. But Marseille have a transfer ban. They could possibly sign him. I am not of the belief that he's going anywhere. I think he's still going to stay, and I think the club wants to keep him, but his intentions and his team's intentions might be different. That's my thing. I'm not getting on to Arteta. Let's not do this whole Arteta witch hunt.
All right, man. But bro, one more thing. But you see why he can't manage egos? This is why we need an elite because Saliba do nothing.
I respect your opinion, but not every single topic has to be about Mikel Arteta. Sometimes there's external factors that has nothing to do with Arteta.
Bro, I want to win the league again. I grew up with my team winning league titles. I don't expect.
What does that have to do with Saliba possibly leaving or staying?
I want him to stay. Obviously, he's one of my. He's a baller.
Okay. So let's stay on topic, please. Everyone agrees that they feel like Saliba might go.
Nah, he'll stay. He needs to stop doing all these interviews and saying I want to stay at Marseille. He's an Arsenal player. I don't know, and Marseille can't sign him anyway. So he needs to stop doing all these interviews saying, "Oh, I want to stay." You're an Arsenal player.
What about this? Saliba does want to play Marseille, have Champions League football, and they'll try to do whatever they can to keep him.
That's a fact, but the thing is, the only way they can get him is on a loan, and that's if Arsenal sign off on another loan. I think if our manager or our team decide to make him some decent promises when he comes back to Arsenal, and that he could get into this starting line, they're going to give him a try, they're going to give him an opportunity. He might change his mind. He might just change his mind, and I think he's a decent player. We don't know what he's going to do in the Premier League, but if we let this guy go on loan against Marseille, we'd be insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I agree.
This guy's proved himself twice.
Of course. I can't wait to see him in the Arsenal shirt. I can't wait.
He'll be on the bench. For who? For Ben White? Are you serious?
I think if we loan out Saliba again or he leaves this summer, that for a lot of people is a sackable offense.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
One second, just to let you guys know, breaking news: Mohamed Elneny has just signed a 1-year contract extension with Arsenal with an option for another year. I think that is a really good deal.
1 year.
He's not going to take us to the next level where we want to be. He's not just.
I think that is a.
I don't mind
Elneny. He's a good squad player.
Tommy,
off the bench player.
He's good third, fourth choice. I think sensible.
Tommy, please stop shouting over everybody. Guys, one at a time. There's people listening and their eardrums are ringing right now. So let's not do that. First things first. I am going to say I think this is a good deal. Everyone agrees this is a good deal.
He signed a contract extension to be fourth choice.
I think this is a good deal for the club and for him. He wants to stay. He's comfortable in London, and you know what? It's tough to. It's difficult to find players who are comfortable to play in as a backup and fit in chemistry wise, because a lot of people can cause issues.
Yeah,
I don't mind him in it. He can stay in it. I don't mind him.
I don't find a negative in giving him a 1-and-1 deal. I think
he's gonna be
positives.
I don't get it. He's gonna be.
It's a short deal. It's a short deal. It shows that he's comfortable, and it also shows that he believes Arteta believes in him, and he believes in the project. That's it. Honestly, I don't think getting rid of every single player is beneficial to Arsenal, because we need some consistency and continuity and understanding of the system, because we know Arteta's system might not be the most. It might be rigid, and if it is rigid, you need players who've already played in it to keep it ticking.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Everything you keep saying the right things about Arteta. Just come to the other side, bro. You keep saying it, bro. Just come to the other side.
Why does it have to be a side? Why is it?
No, because the amount of times he keeps saying Arteta is this, Arteta is this, Arteta is this. But I don't get it, Gal.
No, but everything for me, bro, I am not one of these people who's saying Arteta is going to...
no, but we can move on from Arteta, because we can talk about other stuff. It's fine.
Yeah. Moving on from Mohamed Elneny. Ozzy Gunnar, you agree? Good deal for Arsenal?
1 year, good enough. Gives him an opportunity to maybe prove himself, but I wouldn't give him more than 1 year. I think good squad player. He can be our Milner.
Boom. And that was literally him signing the contract.
Wow. Like James Milner, isn't it?
Well, who's spying like that though?
Bro, we have to.
Who's spying like that?
Yeah,
wow.
we got snitches in the thing, literally. Anyways, moving on.
Binoculars,
congratulations to Granit Xhaka for his 250th.
Oh, bin this guy as well, man. Bin him and Arteta in the summer, please.
What has he done wrong this season, can I ask?
What do you mean, what has he done wrong? This guy had the audacity to come out after Newcastle and blame the one positive from this club, which is the youth.
But no, oh my God, can I say something?
This guy's been here.
That's the media and Gary Neville's agenda.
What do you mean? No, Gary Neville. I don't even like Gary Neville, but he was actually spitting facts about Xhaka.
No, how do you think? No, wait.
No, but he never said anything specifically about the youth. Let's have it right. It's just the media agenda.
These players need to call each other out. They called each other out, and then he's calling him out. It doesn't make sense.
Xhaka is a nobody. Who can he call out?
He's one of the senior players in the squad.
This is the thing, like that's a fact. You can't really call out anyone else when your performances haven't been great.
Like Saka, for example. How can Xhaka blame someone? Because he was talking about the young players. So I know Saka had a bad game against Newcastle. So let's just say he's.
Bro, are you the guy? Are you the guy on Twitter Spaces with that had the Arteta terrorist?
Everybody had a bad game against Newcastle.
Are you?
Yeah, but I'm just saying he was mainly talking about the kids. So how can he? How
do you know that though?
He wasn't talking about the kids. That's just what Gary Neville said.
Xhaka needs to keep his mouth shut and say nothing. Mate,
no.
For 6 years,
he should leave.
I don't agree with that.
He's been good this season under Arteta.
And all of you that defend Xhaka, just know he told you lot to F off.
Season's over.
Listen, can I say something?
End this video.
Guys,
listen, you man need to stop living in the past, man.
We're doing this again.
Living in the past. Have you disrespected us? Have you forgotten disrespected us?
Yeah, but let's forgive and forget, man. Mark him on his merits from now, not from like 2, 5, 10 months ago. You know what I mean?
And he's not taking us to titles. Not gonna. He ain't that guy for me. He ain't taking us to league titles.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting sick and tired of shouting over you guys. Please, calm down. Ødegaard's had a good season. Ødegaard's had a good season. I like the new home kit.
Yeah.
And you know what? He scored.
Yeah, I'm buying a new home kit, by the way.
I think Ødegaard has been signing of our season. There's no debate about it. Ødegaard's signing of the season. Am I wrong?
No, he's close.
He's done well, man. He's done well.
I like
quality.
You see that not everything has to be negative. There's some positives.
He's done well.
There is, man. But Xhaka's not one of them.
I'm not even a big Xhaka fan, but I just mark people on what they're doing now. I don't live.
I've never seen that player so
what
average,
they were doing. You know what I mean? Because listen, he's always there. He turns up. He's one of our consistent players. He does a job. Without him, we would have been done in the water, man.
Yeah, but he needs to
You
stop,
gotta admit that.
he needs to stop getting red cards for once. Stop getting red cards.
They gave out flags. They gave out flags at the
It's
game.
not a coincidence since Xhaka has been here, we haven't qualified for the Champions League.
Okay, let's talk about this right here. Top scorers for this season: Saka, Smith Rowe, Eddie Nketiah. Yeah. Wow, Eddie Nketiah.
Nketiah's got 10. No way.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
oh, those are the cup goals. I was about to say. Nah, but Eddie's done well, to be fair, when he's coming to the team. So.
Okay, so this is crazy.
Pepe's had 3. I mean, he's only had like
5.
bugger all minutes.
No, you want to know something? Eddie Nketiah has actually had the same amount of minutes as Pepe in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
big,
Gabriel's been one that's been scoring a few goals as a defender this season.
I like
He's got like 6 goals.
Gabriel's decent, man. As a defender, he's only be quality, man. Give him years.
Yeah.
You watch. He's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be
cute.
top notch.
Gabriel Magalhaes with his wife. Obviously, they celebrated the goals. Gabriel Magalhaes has had a good season. I don't want to hear anything about him being sold.
Man,
He's been fantastic.
Juve won it.
I think he's
been strong, but he did
him and
make a few
Saliba.
mistakes.
Him,
Gabriel and
Saliba,
Saliba will be fire.
Him, Saliba, Ben White. We have really good center backs with all 3 of them, in my opinion. They're going to be really
Gabriel
good
was actually one of the players against Newcastle who actually tried.
Yeah, he was screaming and yelling. Hey, I saw that. He was losing his head in that game.
Yeah.
He had fire in him, but that team dropped.
Oh, God.
Josh Kroenke, on the behalf of the ownership and the family, end of the season message to the fans on match day program. Ooh.
Josh needs
I hate
to
this
go
guy.
anywhere, man, and Stan. They both.
I can't stand Josh.
I can't stand any of them.
Any of the Kroenke.
Yeah, man, just get the hell out of my club.
Just want them gone.
Torreira
They all need to go.
Guys, have you heard about this? Torreira,
11?
Lucas Torreira, Fiorentina will not take up the option to buy him.
Oh, you're kidding.
But he lost his number too, didn't he?
I want to keep him, bro. Torreira, I actually want to keep him.
Nah.
Torreira lost his number, didn't he? For Arsenal, he lost his 11.
He did to
Martinelli.
I can't believe they're not buying him. He got them into Europe.
He did well for them.
I don't think they have the money.
Ah, yeah, maybe.
That might be it.
Torreira is not leaving for less than 20 million or something.
Yeah, but we're not asking the King's ransom though for him.
He's actually a decent player.
I can't believe they're not going to buy him. I can't believe Fiorentina is not going to take up the option to buy him. That to me is shocking. I thought he was guaranteed going to go because he's done very well.
Someone will buy him in the summer because he's good. He's a player that can actually sell. We don't have that many.
I would keep him. But his heart is not in it. His heart is not in the thing.
Yeah, I'll keep Torreira as well.
Arteta. Oh, he also won Player of the Month for them.
Congrats to Torreira.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm grateful.
He also tweeted. He also Instagram. He messaged Martinelli and said, "What's my number next year?"
Oh no! Don't lie. Oh no! No. He's got a sense of humor, man. He's got a sense of humor. He's good.
He's funny.
He's good.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah. Imagine that though.
The rumor is he's going to be coming back. Emil Smith Rowe. What else is there? Arteta's press conference. I want to get to Saliba. Oh, Saliba qualified for Champions League. I want to come back and play the Champions League. I will never play in. I want to discover it here. I've never played in it. I want to discover it here. You know what? I heard that's bullshit. Actually, I heard that was that rumor was changed a little bit, altered to make it seem worse than it is.
Egal, can you scroll up?
Which one?
Just the one above. This one.
I'm sorry, bro. I literally just Saka and Partey. What about it?
Yeah.
Partey.
This is my issue. After Newcastle, these lot were down and everything. You could just tell that was for the Amazon cameras. Now look, they're smiling. What's to smile about? We just lost to Newcastle.
Do you think they're gonna be upset for 5 days?
No, they should.
Okay.
Yeah, you're making a fact that football's changed, bro. These players aren't like they used to be, man. Back in the day, it was played for pride, played for your name, played for the club.
This
Now
season they've been playing for the cameras.
Let me just. This is the final point, and I'm officially going to be ending the video here. So don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Napoli have rejected an offer of 90 million for Arsenal striker Victor Osimhen. Would not accept anything less than 110 million. Just to let you guys know, this article was stated that is actually false. This claim has been completely poo-pooed. They've said this is BS, but we keep hearing about Victor Osimhen to Arsenal, so let's talk about it. Is he even worth 110 million euros?
Hell, not really, but man. But I still want him, man.
No.
Why do you want him?
I'd take Ivan Toney.
This guy is better than Ivan Toney. Come on, man.
I'd take Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney's not for me, man. I'm taking Big Vic over this guy, over Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
You're giving him a nickname also. What the hell?
I know he's a lot, yeah, but if he was like 50, 60, then yeah, I'll definitely have him.
If we had a good manager, we would be going for Lewandowski, but
it's not worth 90
Why
million.
would Lewandowski come to us?
Oh, Lewandowski would be quality, but he's aged, man. He's aging.
Lewandowski doesn't want to pay for Arteta.
Lewandowski's going to Barcelona
Guys,
anyway.
Tony ain't a bad player, man. I mean, if you guys watch him in that Brentford team, and you know what, he's proven he's a big boy.
All day long.
My man.
Nah, I'm not taking him over, not over Big Vic, man. Nah.
You ain't seen what he can do in the Premier League. I know what Ivan Toney can do in the Premier League.
People, stop saying the stuff that if Lacazette is dog shit, and we keep saying, oh, he's better than Lacazette. Why do we
everyone Lacazette? Like, come on.
Listen, my left toe is better than Lacazette. Come on now.
Bro, listen,
my left hand is better than Lacazette, man.
Do you guys know that Gabriel Magalhaes has more league goals than our striker?
No.
You know why?
No.
You know why?
He has more league goals. He has more
Called
league
Gabriel
goals
effect.
Oh my god.
He has more league goals than Lacazette, and he has the same amount of league goals as Eddie Nketiah, who started playing first team football this season in August.
I think he's got more than Martinelli as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know how this happened? See the hairline? It's the hairline.
As well.
The hairline. I'm telling you.
What?
The hairline. Goals. See, Holding tried it, and he didn't get goals. He got elbows.
Holding is whacking him, man.
Okay,
guys, I've got one more question.
No, listen. No. Tommy, this is how we have to end the video. We're gonna speak afterwards, behind stage. Big up to everybody. Don't forget, if you want goals in your team, get a guy with a hairline. That's how you get goals.
Yeah, for sure.